Okay. Here we are again. Okay, I think that's good. Alright, so we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. About, let's say 2.5. People a chance to filter in. Okay, let me take a drink, and then we'll get started. And by the time I grab the controller and load up, it should be about 4:32. I think. Maybe, perhaps, just don't reset progress and we'll be good. Okay, so at the end of the last part, I mentioned that I didn't recognize the sigil of one of the triumvirates, and I was like, I don't know, I kind of feel a little sketched about that one. Turns out that was the Pyre Hearts logo, and I just wasn't really paying all that much attention, which means one of two things. Either Sir Gilman's innate fear of heights rubbed off on me during the flight, or I just jinxed myself to lose to the Pyre Hearts every time we fight against them after this. Either way, it'll hopefully be entertaining. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Pyre the Stream Edition. Last time we started and finished our first liberation rite, and we liberated Headwind from the downside. He left for the Commonwealth, and we haven't heard back from him just yet. Soon enough, we will. But first, we have to continue on our path to enlightenment, and we have a sparring contest to judge. But before we do that, I have a lot of reading to do. I wonder if I should do the scribe trial before I do the reading, just so that way it's done. It was for Jay, if I recall correctly. Yeah, and I even gave her the moon crest beforehand. So maybe we should do that first, see what Sanders got going on. Then we'll do some reading, excuse me, and then after that we'll go judge this sparring contest that Sir Gilman has going on finally. But first, let's see what's on Sandra's mind. Well, you shouldn't have. I suppose it's true, but I don't know if it makes me uncomfortable. I just feel sorry for you. I don't know if you want my pity, but... Oh, okay. Well, I suppose that makes sense. I mean, you sit around for 837 years, you start to pick up on a few things. Yeah, well, fair enough. I mean, it's not all my time, just some of it. But it's not like I'm doing this without, you know, my own volition. Uh-huh. Sure. I mean, I suppose that's, you know, you could say that it would be kind of creepy, but I mean, you're a wraith. If I expected anything less, I think I'd be in for disappointment. So. I wonder why that is. You're welcome. I think. Anyway, I also came in here for a scribe trial because Jay is available for it. Let's find the lucky one. There she is. Let's summon her in and see what she can do. Oh, well, maybe you came from the predecessors to the savages that... Savages, again, being the race that her bloodline is from. Jay, thanks for coming. I don't know if it's the scribes, but let's find out, shall we? More like the Beyonders. Okay, so we only got to score 3 times and we should be good to go. Alright, Jay. I'm here for you. Let's see what we can do, shall we? Okay, 3 imps. Her quickness should help with this, but we'll see. Their quickness is also going to be a bit of a problem, though, because they also move in quick, short bursts, as you can plainly see there. But, we'll see what we can do. What the hell happened there? I was casting my aura, and then I just died. Okay. I'll take that, thank you. Never mind, I won't, because off I go. I'll also take that, thank you. Wait for your stamina to come back, jump over, and in we go. Phew! That was a little close, but we got it. Haha! Alright, take it in before they get here. Good. Everybody in this battle moves in sudden, jerky motions. Which is a little disorienting, if I'm honest with you. Don't even think about it. Whoops. I didn't hold it down all the way. Well, I guess we're doing this for one more round then, aren't we? Well, that's my bad. We'll do it for 2 more rounds then. That's the nice thing, at the very least, about the demons, is that at least they can't score much. I say as they pop right in and make my life more difficult. Thank you. Ah, I missed. I can't be missing like that, because then this happens. Alright, I'll take that, thank you. Running over here, wait for my stamina. Just, Jesus Christ, man. Alright, I'm coming back, it's fine. Shouldn't have gone for it. I should have gone and taken care of them first before, but it's okay. He only got 6. That's fine. Oh good, I got a power cast. Good. Very good. That's the only nice thing about imps, is that they take a long time to come back, at the very least. At least in here they do, unlike with Tizo. So. Noxalis. We can work around them. Wasn't easy, but we can work around them. I think you did pretty good, Jay. Let's see how your benefactor thinks. Good. Very good, then. Alrighty, so that was the toughest one so far, but we made it, so it's all good. Just if you think that one was tough, though, wait till Tezos comes up. Oh, lordy. I might have to get him his glory dive equivalent and then scribe snuff him, honestly, for that one specifically. But we'll see. No, that was a very, well, it was in the crystal, but it was very real, so. Let's see what we got, shall we? And for finishing Jay's trial, we get Kaelmer's Anklet. This one is maxed out already, and after Jay casts her aura, it can bounce off of objects and solid surfaces. So if you use her as an attacker, it's not bad. I never use her as an attacker, though. I almost always use her as a runner/shooter, so I usually just sell this. It's worth 80, so that'll make a good, pretty penny for us, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. It doesn't really gel with how I normally use Jay, so yeah, this doesn't really trip my trigger. I suppose I could, like, resort things here, like maybe have this be down here because I'm going to sell this, and then stick this back here. I don't even know if I need the Scribe Rock anymore, honestly, now that we have these two items here, the Luminous Idol, the Prayer Beads. It really doesn't, excuse me, we don't really need much else, honestly, so, because we have all the other stuff. Excuse me. We should start thinking about who we're going to bring to the next trial. It's the Dissidents. So, well, we'll see how Sir Gilman does in terms of his enlightenment after the sparring match, because he's currently the lowest. Pamitha's almost a rank 3, and everybody else is up a little higher, so, especially these three. I think I might still take Jay with me, though, because she's quick enough to where she can kind of keep to pace with the Dissidents, so I'm going to want, like, as many quick people as I can, and then probably Jodario. Well, I might want to switch her out with Tezo, honestly, because she's already at 4,000 enlightenment, so she's kind of up there at the moment, whereas Tezo's at 2850, and he can kind of zip a little bit to get to them faster, so maybe I'll have him go. Might have Jay go, and then Sir Gilman. Something like that. Rookie's probably not going to be too happy to see them again, so we'll see what happens with that, but let's do some reading, shall we? We've got quite a bit unlocked. As you can see, there are a bunch of new chapters available, and we can read all of them now. I don't think there's anything new in the Emperor's Fall at the moment, though. I think this we've already gotten everything. It goes up until, I think, page 23. It's been a little while, and we're up to 17, so. How many do we have here in Chapter 2? Oh, just these two. Okay. Okay, now I gotta come up with a voice for Jamu or Many-Mane. I don't even remember what my Solium Mur sounded like, but I'm not even sure if his chapter's available yet, so I guess I can go look. How do I sound like a dog? Once I too roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called chief. I traveled all the world over on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here at last I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Yeah, you know, I'll take that. That wasn't really, probably wasn't very Kerr-like, but I'll take it. I need to come up with 4 more new voices, though, in total here, which is scary, but we'll figure it out. I'm also going to have to, like, prime myself for them. Oh, God, Molten Millith. What the hell, Snake Lady? How in the world am I going to do this? I mean, I guess I could just, like, whisper shout. The Forsaken Lands, in the words of Molten Millith, the Wild Witch. Years upon long years. That really isn't good for my throat. I hope I don't do that too much. Maybe not as throaty. Hang on. So, we spent distilling life essence, there we go, from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much,
And so, we think, did they? We earned the title Witch and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encountered Solium Mur, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands and catalog our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both, then.
Okay. So you jump down here of your own accord, which actually that's fairly normal from what I understand, because I think Umilda also jumped down here of her own accord, so... oh, there is more. Is that it for Millith? No, it's not. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. So I have to read the Sea of Solace and Mount Elodial in this disgusting voice that I've come up with for her. I'm going to need to take a drink after each one, I swear to God. If it starts to bug my throat too much, maybe I'll just read it normally, but I don't think there's too many instances where you have to read Millith's. I think she's like once per region, I think, and then that's it. And maybe the sections that you that it blips on the map, those might also be sections in it, but it shouldn't be too long. Each of these chapters isn't like a terribly large chunk of the book, so I think the total of it is like 200 pages, but like 30 of it is the index at the back that you get near the end of the game. So anyway, the Sea of Solace.
Beyond the shallow, sickly gulf, our voyage grew increasingly forbidding and much harder to explain. How could a sea exist here at the bottom of the world? We could not deduce whence sprang the carcasses of ancient sailing ships we found throughout the Sea of Solace, though the warnings that they signified we duly noted. It was here we first met Ores, called the Under King, who brazenly assaulted our small skiff, for we had trespassed in his waters. But then the Under King relented, for he witnessed Solium Mur in all his doom and glory. Soon he would side with us. Then, with the Under King, we sailed forth into a tempest beyond reasoning or measure.
Sounds like you guys are making a few friends along the way. That's good. My throat is currently making 0 friends, but we'll get there. I'm almost done. Mount Elodial.
Gaining the summit of the sacred Mount Elodial involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery in varying proportion. The mountain's energies were palpable, the sensation that we felt indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than to the world we knew.
How's that possible? Because the stars are supposed to be up in the sky, so, and the world we knew are apparently above us. Huh. Gravity seems to be a little fucked around here.
It was upon this highest point in all the downside that we first made efforts to concoct this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with a vision of the cycle of the rites and felt together for the first a sense of freedom unlike any we experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail.
I will be glad to not do that for a little while. I should not have started doing that voice for, again, though, if it gets really bad, I'll just be like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna stop that now. So. Oh, Luscalorian, 100 mines, okay, so how do I want a sap to sound? They have kind of a British-ish tinge to their voice, but I think they're kind of deep with their voice, too, so it's like, Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them, perhaps one day even your freedom. I chased the stars across the river of my genealogy until they led me here. He sounds very pompous, more of a manly than a Volfred, but anyway. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge, for how is it that something can be shared but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but sent me on a quest, capital Q. I sought the 9 landmarks, capital L, which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are 9 lenses through which we see the land and see ourselves in a new light. Let's see what we got here. How many pages of Luscalorian do I have, even though it's a much easier on my throat voice? The Book of Rites. Okay, just this one. That's fine. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Arch, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. Lou, wait a minute. They send us down here for the worst deeds imaginable in the Commonwealth, and you decide, oh, the Sisters of the Arch? Yeah, fuck them. They don't deserve the mercy that Solium Mur got. This is the one thing about the scribes that makes me kind of question them in the whole game, because, like, I get what they're saying through the rest of the book, but here it's like, no, fuck these ladies. Like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you? Don't they deserve the same mercy that you all showed Solium Mur? I guess not. Suffice it that the details of their banishment are written in this book. The sisters and the book became inseparable, not unlike the stars, their light, and the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us, and you, in turn. The words within this book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, as they are not mere lights, these are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of the Arch, within their prison here, give them our thanks. I wonder if that might be why then, because like they used the sisters as a catalyst for the power that the words take on. I mean, I was going to say Triesta Tithys does in fact need, like, if once we get to her section, I think this is her section here, she needed like a magical catalyst to bind the book's words with power. So maybe that's what it was, although it seems weird to use, like, I wouldn't consider her to be the kind to use life essence to do that. I might consider Molten Millith to be, but maybe that's where, maybe Millith cast the curse and then Triesta used some other magic to make sure the curse would last for a long time. I don't know. Oh, speaking of voices I'm not gonna like, I have to do like a Donald Duck voice for Haub. Fuck me, man. Oh, if you were a fan of the Donald Duck voice in Kingdom Hearts, here we go again. Let me take a drink before I do it so that I could, because Tizo's voice is very high-pitched, and I can't hardly do it. Not without, like, shoving my own tongue down my throat, like Jesus Christ. Okay, hang on, let me see.
At first, I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, even to grasp the quill.
It's because you have very stubby fingers.
But the Horned One, Mur, implored me. He said this is the greatest gift that he could give me in return. In return for what, I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. We fought about this still. We fight about this still. Mur is stubborn, more than I. Now, herein and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumvirates.
He sounds like he just got a thesaurus for Christmas.
For I am of this land, unlike the rest who wish to leave. We know not everyone could leave who wanted. Seldom would the opportunity arise. Thus did we organize those striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3.
Any more pages there, Ho? No, usually he gets pages when you fight the other triumvirates. He'll get a new page, so... Donald Duck will be spread evenly across this entire playthrough. Sounds like a plan. Okay, here's Triesta's section. How much of hers is unlocked? Oh, just the one. Okay. Now I have to do female voice. Okay, so when I do female voice, it always works better if it's like fake British. I don't know why, but I can feminize my voice better in a fake British accent, so I'll do the best I can here, but it's probably still going to sound a little masculine. I apologize, but we'll try it. We, the 8, assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom, so that you may yet have yours. It sounds like Lou, except not as deep. It is an exchange we have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you, should you regain your freedom, first off recognize its qualities and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. my own wings. I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here, and learn from what we did, and build a new and great society. A free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. About that, Saint Triestitithus, I'm not so sure the Commonwealth did any of that. That's it for pages, right? It's not glowing anymore, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, that's it for pages. So, okay. All right. Excuse me. Why don't we go look at the sparring contest first before I prep for the next right, and then we'll get all our stuff ready once we get to the Hulk of Auras. Sir Gilman? Excuse me. Good question. Who among us will face it? Him. He's looking for Worm Knights to fight him. Okay, fair enough. At the Fathomless Trench. And who's going to be a partner? Pamitha's going to be the partner. Oh, this is going to suck for him. Because she can just swoop down. Oh, okay, never mind. He's not going to, like, actually spar. He's just going to... Oh, now they are. All right. It all seems rather senseless, but for Sir Gilman, maybe it was important. Oh, Jesus. I have no idea who to... Let's see. Perhaps what Sir Gilman needs is the sense that he has a worthy opponent. The true winner was this joust was you for having witnessed such a ludicrous exchange. I'm almost tempted to take that one. I know what'll happen if I do, though. It's not good. I think I'm going to call it Sir Gilman. No offense, Pamitha. I'm just going to say that he won just to puff him up a little bit. I need him to get enlightenment, so... Well, good. Glad to hear it. Alright, well, that actually worked out nicely. It didn't get him enlightenment, but they each gained +2 quickness for the next right. Salute the jousters. Fair enough. Thanks for humoring him there, Pamitha. That was good of you. So... Hey, Marie, how's it going? Welcome back. Getting a ton of overgrown babies today at work. Oh, great. Something tells me you're not going to get a stipend for presiding over a daycare either, so that's just fan-fucking-tastic. Oh boy, well, hopefully it's almost over for you there, at the very least. Alright, up to the Hulk of Auras to take on the Dissidents. I guess we're using Sir Gilman and Pamitha here because they just got +2 quickness, and that's a godsend in this area, so... Especially against the Dissidents, because they're already really fast, so... And we got more pages revealed. I hope none of them are Molten Millith, because, again, the voice I just did for her was terrible. Hey, Volfred, what's up? I hope he doesn't do the stuff in the book with the same kind of voicing that I do, because otherwise I feel like his throat would also give out. Oh, something I didn't notice, by the way, that you can kind of see on Volfred's model. So if you look at the raiments that I'm wearing on the title screen, the main character's wearing on the title screen when they're standing and waiting to be judged, like if you look underneath all the options, you can see them in the reader robes, which is the white robes with the star with the 3 arrows on it. Volfred has that too, but instead of giving him robes with the reader symbol on it, they carved it into his head. I guess I can be glad they didn't do that to me, but to be fair, they broke my legs instead, so I don't know what's worse. Probably the face tattoo, if I'm being honest. Like, my legs will heal. The face tattoo, not so much. Anyway, Volfred, hi. I mean, it's only absurd because the Commonwealth outlawed literacy 200 years ago, so... Fair enough. What do you want to know? Well, if I'm honest with you, I haven't been able to read the entire thing. The pages only reveal themselves to me in small spurts, but from what I've seen, honestly, yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff. Definitely deep and immersive in the lore department. It's a good question, actually, because, I mean, you think about it, they wrote all of this stuff after the fact, so... It's very interesting. Well, they're made from the Astroborn's hide, so, and whatever dark magics Millith and Triestitithus got up to, so... I mean, it's magical, so I'm not that surprised that it lasted. So, true, very true. It's unfortunate that no one up on the surface can read this, but, you know. Yeah, well, the 8 scribes provide them with some, like, something that they can work with, whereas the book would basically overturn most of the practices that they have in place at the moment, so. Yeah, so. No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Fair enough. Now you don't have to just be, you know, like, secondhand retelling it. You can be like, I know all of this firsthand. It's a good idea. You know, never know, just in case. I mean, eventually, if we all get out of here, the Nightwings are going to need a new reader, so maybe I should take better care of my book. Reading to it in Molten Millet's voice is probably not considered proper care. Well, anyway, that takes care of that. Before we read, let's set up for the next rite. So I think like I said, I think I'm going to bring Tizo. Tizo? Or should I bring Jay? No, I'll bring Tizo. It's fine. Sir Gilman can go, so let's give him... Do I want to give him the Kerfang? No, I'll give that to... Well... I want to give one person the Luminous Idol, and I think I want to give the other person the Prayer Beads, honestly. Like, the Kerfang's nice for the extra damage, but the chance of them not getting banished is probably a little bit better. I'm going to give Pamitha the Luminous Idol, actually, because she has to use stamina to get to the ball quickly. Although, I guess Sir Gilman does that too, so maybe I should give him the Luminous Idol instead and give her the Prayer Beads or the Kerfang, just so that she has a chance to... I'll do the Kerfang for now. I'm just not a big fan of the fact that the Prayer Beads are a percentage at the moment. I almost feel like the damage is a little bit better than that, so we'll do that, and we'll bring these 3 along. 269,000 chromatins. Fuck yeah, nice. Congrats. Again, hopefully pretty soon we'll have something for you to do with them, but not just yet. We'll get there, but not just yet. What's the +1 hope from? Oh, +3 help is from high morale. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder what that's all about. Maybe it came from their sparring match. Yeah, because nobody else has it, so... Alright, cool. So, all the more reason to use them. I'm probably going to slide around like a maniac with Sir Goman because he has 29 quickness at the moment, but imagine him being on ice physics, basically, here. But we'll see. Alright, a couple more pages to read, and then we'll go fight the dissidents, shall we? This one's in Gauls, which is very good, but I also see Millets lit up, which is unfortunate because I have to do the voice again, but that's okay. Alright, the 8 scribes. We found each of the others in due time, by fate, not by coincidence. The wise Luscalorian stood among the trees, gazing at the stars, expecting us. The wild witch Millith was so enthralled by my liege's utter transformation, she stayed her sorceries. Blessed-born Triesta swooped down upon us, but to warn of imminent attack. The many-maned Jomuer thus intervened, and shared with us his humor and his hunt. Even the Under-King Orez himself sought an audience with us. Thus, we became the 8, and journeyed on, together. So, Gaul, Haub, Solium then came across these 5, and then they were the 8 scribes. Fun. Okay, Molten Millith, let's see what you wrote here about the Hulk of Orez. Oh, it's Luscalorian. Okay, never mind. Molten Millith is section 3 of the book. Luscalorian will be much easier on my throat. Good. All right, the Hulk of Orez. The Dazraban was first of many river ships to vanish in the downside. Although presumptions of its loss were not inaccurate, the doomed ship and her valiant crew had charted half the Sea of Solace ere the end of their brave voyage. The sea titan unfathomed Plurnes was not fond of vessels sullying her sea, and split the doomed ship with a single swipe. The ship's own shattered prow would later end the sea titan's cruel reign, as the boastful Underking loves to recount. The stars themselves must have been moved by this. That point within the sea, now sacred, has the stars dancing in homage every now and again. Well, that explains in further detail why that ship is still there despite everything else. So, cool. Alright, so Slug Market a go-go. I might buy the Scribe Snuff just in case Tizo's Scribe Trial comes up soon enough. Because we're about to get another infusion to our wallet thanks to Kaelmer's Anklet, so... Ooh, what do you suppose that is? A Twilight Shard. Yeah, so if you want to use Jay as a scorer, this isn't a bad start for her. It lets you deal additional damage when you shoot, and that's what flinging the orb means. Personally, at this point, I wouldn't use the Twilight Shard, because if you're wanting to hold on to her so she can shoot till near the end of the game, then you're going to want to like reset when you forage, or not forage, when you do that event with Pamitha, so that you get the Star Splinter, which is the other item that you can get where I got the Luminous Idol. It allows you to shoot faster than you would before, and if you pair that with Jay's one ability that lets her shoot faster, she can shoot at maximum capacity almost instantly from like halfway across the court, as long as she has a clear shot, and she'll still score. So it's absurd. It's really nuts, but we didn't get it, so we'll work with what we got and sell Kael'Mer's Anklet, because I don't think we really need to worry about that. Again, don't really use her as an attacker, so... +1 and +2. I will purchase these from you, Ron. And I'll probably purchase the snuff as well. You're welcome. Take this, just in case. I don't even know if I'm going to need the Scribe Rock anymore, but I'll probably hold on to it just in case I have like a spare slot. Like if I use Tizo and Jodariel on the same right, I'll probably want it. Unless I use the Luminous Idol with Jodariel to give her max stamina, but... yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Well, I do know what you mean, but that's because I've used it before, so... excuse me. Now, when he says he gets plenty more of these, he'll get, like... I want to say 3 or 4 across the whole game, so... it's not as common as he makes it seem like it is, but it's common enough to not have to worry about any mistakes that you might have made in upgrading people, because eventually you'll be able to fix it, so... yeah. Do I want to use the Stardust on anything else here? I could use it on the Kerfang, but I kind of want to... see, I'm trying to think and remember when. There's a specific event that you can do a little bit later on. I don't remember if it's this cycle or the next one, where you just get 10 Stardust flat out. So, like, that would automatically upgrade this all the way, and I don't know if I should wait for that, or if I should start upgrading it. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, because, well, I'm probably going to want to upgrade this anyway. No, actually, now that I think about it, I kind of want to save my Stardust. Like, the Kerfang's nice, but I think I want to save it because there's other talismans, legendary ones specifically, that I want to upgrade besides the prayer beads, and they might need a little bit of Stardust to work with. So, you too, Ron. Thanks. Okay, I think that's it. Let's take a drink, and then we'll do the next rite. Now remember, there's only a total of 4 rites in this cycle, so you're going to do 3 regular ones and then a liberation rite. It doesn't particularly matter if you lose any of the regular ones, like I said before. It's just the liberation rites where if you want the best ending, you're going to have to win a certain amount of them. So just keep that in mind. Of course, you know, there's also the fact that you need to get enlightenment, but it's fine. We'll probably have enough by the end game. So, Rookie, you kind of dropped the ball last time with these guys because you wouldn't pick it up, because you wouldn't participate. What's going on, man? Are you now? Do you know him? And how do you know him? Okay. Well, here they come again. I just love how omnipresent they are when you go to do this. You always hear them screeching and laughing in the background whenever you go to face them. As long as Rookie's around, they're just like that with him. It's great. It just gives them so much character, even though they're kind of the ones that stay the same the most throughout the game, but, you know.
Ever persevering, aren't we?
Trying to, voice man.
Well then, rejoice, because the cycle of the rites begins anew.
Sure does.
Perhaps you'll liberate another soon enough.
That is the plan.
Your chosen adversaries here shall be the dissidents. Reduce their flame to ash, just as you did when last you met.
If you say so.
Now, who exactly shall oppose them?
Good question. Let's find out, shall we? I mean, Sir Gilman, of course, but we'll work on that. So. Oh, here we go again. It's him, all right. This is a good question, Rookie. What do you want to do? So it's not just Rookie that Barker's bugging, it's the entirety of Rookie's family. His mother Reba and uncles Yalson, Ruther, Robbie, Putter, and Otto. Big family. Oh, Jesus, here we go. Oh, that's not good. I don't know how I feel about this bet, Rookie. Yikes. I might have to swap around who I take for this one then, since that's the case. I mean, yeah, if you get out of here. Alright, Rookie. Put me in a bit of a spot here, but I'll see what I can do for you. Is that a... I think he has a Scribe-Rock equipped, actually, because his aura is humongous for a Cur. Oh, a few new tricks, huh? Great. Yeah, so each time you face the Triumvirate, with every passing cycle, they'll gain Talismans and also Masteries as they gain more Enlightenment. So there you go. We know what Masteries are, but each of the 8 Scribes develop certain strategies and pass them down to his or her Triumvirate. It's just that we can access all of them because we are basically God mode, so...
The rite shall begin forthwith.
It sure will, but first, let's take a look at what everybody's got. Yeah, he's got a Scribe Rock, and it's actually maxed out, which you can kind of see how that works in terms of maxing out the Scribe Rock. It gives you plus 12 presence, which makes his presence 18. Pretty damn good, considering. They've also got a whole ton of Curs, and they have prayer beads. Well, that's just great. And they're rank 17, which means they have an 85% chance of coming back when they plunge, so ideally we don't want them to plunge. They've all got Cloud Jump and Keen Eye. Yeah, they've all got that, so... Now Barker's stacked to the ceiling here a little bit. I have to be careful with this one. So Rookie wants to come along. Sir Gilman just got a whole bunch of quickness. I kind of feel like I should use him, but at the same time I'm not really sure if I should. Because we got to be a little careful here with this whole thing. I mean, I guess I could use. Well, it would Rookie, Sir Gilman, and Pamitha would be hyper offense. I'm not really keen on that one. Well, we got to remove one of them from it, and Sir Gilman needs more experience, more enlightenment. So I will see what we can do here with Rookie. Probably going to want Tizo to stay out in front, actually, because that way I've kind of got somebody who can zip around and protect the Pyre if need be. So we'll do that.
Tizo.
Alright, and then Sir Gilman has more quickness, so I probably want him out in the near side here, because then he can kind of like scurry right over to the ball, grab it, and then maybe pass it over to Rookie, and we can move from there. So I'm going to have him here.
Sir Gilman.
And, ooh, wrong way. And then Rookie, you're going to be my big scorer, dude. You can do 22 with the Kerfang, so, or should I give him the prayer beads just as a, since they have prayer beads as well. Yeah, I know about upgrading the talismans, trust me. So either +2 damage, but he's banished at the end of the round, or I can give him this with 65% chance if I upgrade it right now. I'm going to stick with what I've got, actually. Let's see what happens.
Now.
We got this, Rookie. We'll give it our best shot. Oh, boy. Alright, here we go. Get out there, Sir Gilman. Grab that. Oh, God. Damn, nice snapcast, bro. Get this to Rookie. That's not good. Run, Rookie, run! Okay, good.
The night wings assert themselves thusly.
That's a good start. Grab this. Nope. Well, okay. Okay, get out of there, Sir Gilman. Let them have it. It's fine. Let them have it. Ooh, okay.
deftly thwarted Pyre.
Take it, Tizo. And up we go. Ooh, okay. All right.
Deliverance.
Phew! That was a little bit of a close one, but we got it. I mean, I am a little nervous. He just made the stakes a little higher, so... Alright. Don't you backtalk me? No, I think he can backtalk you. That's it, Rookie. Assert yourself! Oof, man. I didn't expect him to assert himself that much. Okay, hang on. Wait for stamina, and, okay. Can't go anywhere. What are you guys doing? Okay, yeah, Rookie, I was gonna say jump, bro, jump. I'll take that! No, I won't. Well, off they go. It's a good thing I have 130 Pyre for them to work their way through. Alright, we're all back. Get the ball. Okay. Run, Sir Gilman, run! Wait for stamina. Okay, go. Go, 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 go. Okay, nope. Okay. Oh, I can't believe I got away from that. Haha. And with Avenging Aid, Sir Gilman will bring Rookie back, so that's good. Now they can kind of run the ball. Yeah, why don't you run it? There we go.
Headlong goes Sir Gilman into flame.
Cool. Tizo, go grab the ball. Nice. Now get to defensive position, number 1. Wait for it, go. And then wait for it again. Okay. Let's say get away from that. Got in. Very good. Good job, Rookie. 2 more. Grab this. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Bring your big presence over here. So that I have a bit of a quick escape. Whoa.
Just once more.
Alright, Tizo, yeah, grab your defensive position first. And then, okay. Wait for it. Go! Go, 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 go! Run, run, run! Quickly, quickly! Never mind. Did they get the ball? Yes, they sure did. Alright, we got it. Well, okay.
Shame.
Almost. Almost. Okay, though. Alright, grab the ball. They have 11 left. I might have Sir Gilman finish it. I kind of want Rookie to finish it, though, just for, you know, because it seems more poetic that way. I can't believe he got away from me there. Well. Gotcha. Got you, too. Alright, you two go for it, because Tizo's about to get banished. Oh, God, why did I run over there? Sir Gilman, it's up to you. Okay, wait for it, and go! And in we go. Very nice. Woo! Nice work. Noxalis. That was a little tricky. Just trying to run circles around them was a little tricky, but we had 2 very quick people to work them over, so that works for me. Let's hope he honors his end of the bargain. Oh, okay. Sounds like he's going to. I think he likes the thrill of the ride a little bit more than the fact that your family owed him. Phew! Hey, listen, you just made it so that it was easier for me because we all played well out there, so it wasn't just me, Rookie, it was you too.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
Nice. And we'll give Tizo a little bit. Sir Gilman can catch up just a smidge. He won't quite get to rank 3, though. Yeah. So. And Pamitha will be ready to go for the next rite. It's too bad about her quickness, but, you know, because she's not going to have that in the next one, because she got it in that event with Sir Gilman, but, it's okay. By the way, I don't want to jinx it for myself, but things might go a little quicker from now on with the cycles, just because, for a little while anyway, just because of the fact that there isn't, like, they don't have to introduce characters and all that other stuff anymore. They can kind of just have you do the right, and then do the liberation one and go from there, so. This cycle and the next one might go a little quicker. Once the year turns around, though, it's iffy. So. Thanks, Wilfred. I'm trying. And what's that? We have discussed the plan, yes. Oh, look, it even increased in percentage of probability. I mentioned last time that the higher the probability of success, the more likely the plan is to succeed. I'll mention it now just to give a little bit of further detail, because it's not really a spoiler. The plan's probability of success is a bit of a misnomer. The only thing that determines whether you get the most peaceful ending to the revolution is the number of Nightwings that you've liberated. If you liberate a total of 6 by the end of the game, then the plan is peaceful and the revolution is peaceful. So as long as you liberate that number out of the 9 that you will have eventually, that's all you need. So that means you don't have to win every liberation, right? I just want to win most of them if I can. I want to get these people out of here. So, okay, yeah, I'll go check out where we're going next, and then I'll take a look at what you've got. Yes, last time we saw several, so we should see several again. There is still one at Trieste. I believe the one that was at Gaul was there before, and there's one at Millith. All right, so let's see where we're going. A fair question. I guess they're just giving us a choice. Oh, okay, huh. Possibly. We're probably the only ones that can stargaze like this. I mean, I think the other triumvirates just kind of go to specific spots. Like, maybe they can only see the one star, but I feel like the Nightwings can see many of them. So... And yeah, as he's saying here, the people that you fight in these regular rites before the liberation rite will determine the standings of the other ones. So, and in order to help assist with visualizing the standings, Volfred gives you Volfred's Planner, which will show quite literally that. If you've ever played a sports game that shows the win-loss ratio of your division or something to that effect, well, we're going to take a look at it, and it will show you basically exactly that. So using Volfred's Planner, you can assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the current standings of your adversaries. Volfred shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it now or any time in the Black Wagon, or while searching the stars. So yeah, it'll show you progress of the plan over here. The number of rights till the next liberation. This is 2. I'll just tell you that much. It doesn't really say, but it tells you how many you've conducted, how many exiles are needed to join the Nightwings to fulfill a key aspect of the plan. Volfred wants 1 more because he wants us to have a more complete team. He just has to find somebody first. And then there's your total rights, the number of liberated, and the probability of success, along with a small additional note here. I don't know who writes this. I think Volfred writes this. Yeah, actually, it's undersigned here by VS, so Volfred writes these. So there you go. I imagine if Volfred ever goes free, he won't be writing this anymore, but that's for a later time. So we are favored, as you can see, by the 8 scribes completely. It's unnecessary for us to even have to worry about that. But the team that is at the highest end of the standings, whoever is at that second slot is the one that's most likely to take you on in the next liberation rite. And as a matter of fact, if you get through all of the regular rites before the next liberation rite, they will be the ones you take on. So right now the Withdrawn are primed to be the ones we take on in the next liberation rite. The Essence have a chance as well, depending on if we see the Withdrawn again. And then the Fate are also up there as well. Accusers and Chastity are a little lower, Pyre Hearts and Dissidents a little lower. The Tempers we've already fought in a Liberation Rite, so they go all the way down to the bottom in terms of favor. They have to climb their way all the way back up the standings eventually in order to fight us again, which I find is highly unlikely. I don't think I've ever faced a Triumvirate twice in a Liberation Rite in this game. So, oh, and the other thing that it tells you is the notes over here that also tells you the problems that each of these triumvirates have. What they used to be is, well, better than what's shown here. Like, for example, the Withdrawn used to be something worthwhile in the eye of the scribes, but now they defy all the rites and forsake the scribes for a profane monster. Volfred has no love for a decent chunk of these people. So, yeah, fair enough. All right, let's see where we're going. So the Fate are at Millith. The Withdrawn are at Gaul. And who's at Trieste? The Pyre Hearts are at Trieste. So the Fate are a little lower on the list at the moment. The Pyre Hearts are way low on the list. I usually try to prioritize the ones that are higher on the list when I go and do these, just because it influences who you'll fight in the next Liberation Rite. So in this particular case, if we go fight the Withdrawn, they're less likely to be our foes in the Liberation Rite this cycle. They'll still be our foes at some point, but not yet. So I'm trying to think if we should go fight them now or if we should go fight the Pyre Hearts, because like with Rookie and the Dissidents, Sir Gilman has some backstory and some history with the Pyre Hearts, so I'm trying to think if it's worthwhile for him to come along for that. Although, where are they? At Triesta Tithys' place? That's not a good battlefield for them. That sounds like it would be a pretty easy win for Pamitha, so probably go there because it'd be a pretty easy win for Pamitha. But that also means that the Withdrawn will probably be our foes in the next Liberation, right, if that's the case. Yeah, that's okay. We'll give it a shot. Because usually they don't pop up again twice in one cycle when you're looking, so... We shall, Sir Gilman, we shall. That's the impression that I got, yeah. Okay, so Sir Deluge and Sir Gilman have some history. The reason why he was able to live through so many battles is because he literally doesn't have an ounce of courage in his body. He, at the slightest opportunity, will run away from the battles that he fights, despite being, excuse me, potentially of a high standing, which, so... But yeah, he just doesn't die because he just tries that whole self-preservation. He takes the flight out of fight or flight and just uses it as a beat stick for every situation he's in, so... But yeah, because of the fact that most Worm Knights are not promoted because most of them don't live to see the promotion, he gets promoted a lot because he always lives, but when he runs in the situation with the Spiral Sanctum that burned down, he was not allowed to run, and then he ran anyway, and, well, now he's here, so... How Sir Gilman got down here is anyone's question, possibly due to Sir Deluge's treachery, but, yeah. Fair enough, yeah, actually, I could see how they would want to throw you down here for that if everything was in disarray because he left, so... We will see, Sir Gilman. Yeah, we'll head out in the morning, it's fine. Okay, so somebody is waiting for me in the Black Wagon, and we have a new page revealed. The Dissidents. It's probably in Haoub's place. Here's Volfred's planner down here, by the way, in case you want to read it for your own measures. We'll get that in a second. Rookie seems a little despondent. Let's cheer up our good boy. Rookie, are you okay? You look a little worse for wear, but it might just be that you're at peace finally. Yeah. Hi. I mean, yeah, it seemed like a big weight on your shoulders, so... You're welcome. Well, what are friends for, right? We got your back. Good. I hope you didn't have any, like, crazy people on the other side that were trying to, like, harass her or something. That would suck. But yeah, Rookie's well-to-do Kerr family is tied to the Commonwealth's thriving mercantile industry, in case the fancy robes are not an indication of that, so... True, very true. And you pretty much did this. I mean, we helped you, but you confronted him of your own volition. So I think she'll be even prouder of you for that. So, hey, you don't owe me nothing, Rookie. It's fine. And as a result of taking care of Rookie's little problem with Barker, he gains +2 hope for the remainder of the game. Fantastic. So yeah, it's worthwhile most of the time to actually take on those extra challenges because they will often lead to some passive bonuses for the rest of your friends. Sometimes they lead to passive negative problems for the opponents as well, but that's not here nor there at the moment. We'll get there. So here's Volfred's planner. It won't stop glowing until I look at it, so let's look at it. We also got a keepsake from the Sea of Solace, a Solace shell. The sparkly thing in its center is, in fact, its heart, which it airs out from time to time. Cool. I'll let you do that. I'm not going to touch it. Only a monster would attempt to remove the heart or would have the strength, and I ain't no demon, so we ain't bothering with that one. So, Alright, Greastone, get out of my way. I got book to read. And it's in Haoub's voice again. Oh, here we go with the Donald Duck again. Fun. I'll take a drink before I do it. And contrary to popular belief, you might think, oh, well, the dissidents are an entire pack of curs, so that means Jamuer probably formed them, correct? Incorrect. Actually, Haoub formed the dissidents, as he says here.
I myself, Haoub, did form the dissidents under this simple tenet: those who do not belong, belong. The other scribes, some of them showed at first reluctance to allow an imp and one accursed to designate one of the 9 triumvirates, but Myr, the Horned One, stubborn as he was, stood by my side. In time they came to understand, for I remained as ever at their side, a living bit of proof of their absurdity. The dissidents are an extension of my oddity. Those who do not adhere, they are not to be discarded, underestimated, or dismissed. They are as necessary as those against whom they rebel.
Well, that's good on you, Haoub. It's good that you gave people who felt like outcasts in society a place to belong. Very nice. Should we prep for the next one? We're going to be fighting the Pyre Hearts. I know Pamitha's going into that one, so probably give her this. Sir Gilman's also probably going to go because it's his old triumvirate, and he still needs the most to continue, so he'll get to rank 3 from that. You'll get to rank 3 from that. I might take Jay, just because she's got a bunch of inspiration to work with, and I mean, she won't get to the next rank, but I think I'll take her. And then we'll take Jodariel on the 3rd one, just because at that point everybody else will be catching up to her a little bit more, you know. So I think that's what we'll do. Luminous Idol worked out well for you last time, so I think I'll just leave that on you, honestly. Oh, you still have your quickness. And so do you. I wonder why. That's interesting. Alright, but in any case, I think we're prepped, so let's get ready to continue the journey after the night passes. And you know what? I didn't actually go do this the last time, but you can actually go pretty much anywhere if you really want to. You can fly over all the different sections and see what little blips on the radar they have for you. So I'm going to go take a look, see if there's anything else for us to find. Because these actually open up pages in the book, so I want to kind of see what we can find. So very slowly, huh? What's up, Sir Gilman? Yeah, that's what I've heard, so. I mean, I suppose that would be fortunate for you. I don't know about for us, but for you, sure. That little objective marker, by the way, will indicate where your next right is, no matter where you are, so. Yeah, just in case you get a little lost, just look for that. Anything down here? Oh, big birch roots. Sure, take a look. Yeah, I hope she's doing okay for herself, considering. Oh, here come the Withdrawn. Are you guys gonna land here, or... Okay. Well, they almost near missed us, so that's fun. Oh, okay. It did need some repairs and some upgrading, so that's cool. Oh, I didn't mention it, by the way, but if you want, when you see a different triumvirate that's flying around in the sky here, you can actually run into them to get a silly scene where they basically say, "Yo, what the hell, man? Why are you crashing into us?" Like, for example, if I go fly into Manly here. Oh, he's gone. Never mind. But yeah, they all have a scene where they basically are like, "Hey, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you crashing into us?" But it's just meant to be silly, so. Here are the Sandfolds. The exiles cast downriver wash up on the southern edge of the downside in an unlivable waste. Exiles who survived the river journey are then left to struggle here. There is nothing for you there, and you wish to never see it again. I mean, fair enough. Essence, can I help you? Ow. Actually, I think you ran into me there. Listen, you want to dig your own grave here, then do it somewhere else. Yeah, you can blame yourselves for that, considering, well, maybe not necessarily all of you can blame yourselves for that, considering, you know, the Commonwealth doles out punishment, whether it's just or not, but... Fair enough, I'll run away from you. Never mind. I tried to run away from you, but then you went in the same direction, so. Oh, what's up, Joe Dario? Captain, what do you see? I did, actually, yeah. Again, no offense to you. It just, you know, seemed like like, your way seemed like it might be a little slower because of the bogs. Oh. I'm sorry? Thank you for having my back? Okay, well, never mind. Doesn't matter too much. Jodario and Rookie gain +1 hope for the next raid. Alright. Well, I'm glad that they're having fun reminiscing at my expense. I'm okay with being the bad guy in this case, as long as they're in good spirits. So, fair enough. Alright, we're off. Going all the way back up. I think I got everything in terms of this stuff here. I don't think we missed anything. I mean, I'll keep an eye out, but I don't think we missed anything. Oh, actually, I just thought about it. We're gonna have an opportunity to fight the Pyre Hearts now after I just said, yeah, you know, I mistook them for something that was much worse at the beginning of the stream. So I guess we'll see if I've jinxed myself or not. So the Mare Titan that is up on the hill here is Zilius Horse-Headed, vanquished by the scribe Triesta Tithys with her arrows. And when they say she in the blurb there, that means they're talking about Zilvius, not Triesta. So she broke the land beneath her burning hooves, whinnying vengeance. Fun. Yeah, I mean, I would think that it would just because it's a Titan, right? So like they're a little bit long-standing. Well, fair enough. If they need an updraft, they've got it here. So, and that'll give us something else to read in a little bit. So we can land at the Black Shore. Rookie wants to find something of value there, or we can land at the Highwing Cove. And Tizo is enthusiastic about this route. We just used him, though. We just used Rookie, too, though, to be fair. Do we need something of value? I mean, if it's Stardust, then sure, but if not... then... I love how Rookie just vouched for me, and now I'm going to land over here instead. That's okay. We'll make our way. We got a page, the Black Basin. Yeah, that would not have been good. We definitely would have still been stuck in the Waking Wood if we didn't see them. Speaking of Tizo, the Beyonder Crystal seeks Tizo. So I guess we got to work on that, don't we? So let's give him the Moon Crest, because if I recall correctly, and I think I mentioned it before, this is the one that I find to be the most difficult in the game. And it's unfortunate that he's not quite at rank 4 yet for it, but we'll see what we can do with what we have. What do I have anyway? Elusive Nature and Titan's Rage. Okay, I can probably make do with that. We'll see what happens. Looked over at the Grease Stone, and I see we have another souvenir over here, another adornment. A magma mug. Provides a bit of warmth on cold nights and something at which to nod and stare like a lava lamp. Maybe don't stare at it too hard, though. Thank you for the redshift. Yeah, so some of these adornments have, like, quote-unquote permanent effects when you touch them. And yeah, they're kind of interesting. I like them, though. They're just kind of nifty little trinkets to play around with, you know, so. Let's do some reading before we do the trial this time, shall we? Back to Molten Millith. We did Mount Elodial. We did the Sea of Solace. It would have opened to something else if not. I just want to make sure I don't have to do this voice for too long, so. Alright, the Black Basin. Hey, Amarella, how's it going? Welcome back. Sorry I didn't see you there. I was flying around trying to keep my eyes on our flight path and then the book, apparently. So, yeah, we're reading. I'm doing voice acting, quote unquote. I'm just picking out voices for these people based on their the other people of their race that I'm aware of. So, let's try Molten Millith.
The continent we call Black Basin shall one day tear itself apart, arriving upon blackened molten crags, tolerable only by the harp Triesta. We pressed onward toward a suffocating wood. This land felt to us somehow primordial. deep in its roots and noxious crevices lay innumerable clues as to its ancient history, but we had little time to excavate, for our supplies by then were thin. Further, we were lost. Our best attempts at circumnavigation all had failed. It was Luz Calorian who reached out at last unto the stars, and they revealed the way. Then we at last could see the sacred Mount Alodiel there in the distance.
Yeah, don't like doing that voice. might stop doing that voice and just give her a me voice. We give Tizo the moon crest, right? So, yeah, we did. Okay. We shall see what happens in Sandra's scribe trial for him. I am here, Sandra. Do you have anything else on your mind? Let's see what you got before we take on the trial. Going good. Bought Salt and Sacrifice. Having fun so far. Oh, nice. Yeah, I heard that Salt and Sanctuary got a sequel. I haven't really checked it out yet at all, so maybe I'll do that at some point. I played the first one, and I mean, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. You haven't? I mean, I guess it depends on your previous experience with the Nightwings, so... maybe a little vain, a little bee. Good. Fair enough, actually. Yeah, it's probably better to keep your expectations slow. Well, I'm glad I can help you while away the time at the very least, so... True. Very true. Yeah, it depends on what they meant by eternity. It depends on if Trieste sealed the curse with an asterisk or not. So... Fair enough. And actually, the one for Tizo is really good, so... Listen, you're not influencing me. I'd be here anyway. If the crystal seeks one of my friends, then the trinkets that you give me at the very least will sell for a good chunk on the slug market. So don't worry about it. You're fine. All right, scribe trial a go-go. The victim, huh? Oh boy. All right, Tizo, it's you and me. Let's see what we can do here. Well, good. I'm glad you remember him, considering he's been around longer than the rest of us. Tizo, thanks for coming. Well, good, because we're going to need to be prepared. This is not going to be simple. So. Issue so far is that it seems that the enemies just don't have stamina or an actual attack pattern. If you're close enough to them to want to swing, they'll just fucking swing endlessly. Yeah, I hate when games do that. It's like, okay, I mean, if you want to encourage me to use ranged weapons, then sure, but, like, seriously? So, alright, so Tizo has to score 4 times in order to win, which is a little unfortunate, but we'll see what happens. Good. Glad you, yeah, apparently he's aware of how this works. His friends probably told him about it, so... Alright, Tizo, let's see what we got and what you've got. 3 savages. That's why this is so difficult, because it's 3 savages. And they're, jittery is probably the best way to put it. So, what you want to do is you want to grab the ball and then slink your way behind cover so that way they can't shoot at you, like that. Then you want to kind of try to run a circle around them if you can, as much as you can, considering. And that's the gist of Tizo's trial right there. Now, just because I'm doing okay, don't count them out yet. They're a crafty lot, these 3. So, come on, bring that guy over here. There we go. It's a bit of a first-order strategy, but hey, it works. Okay, wrong way. Go this way instead. Now come this way, so that way they gotta go around. Nope. Goodbye. And that's the hardest scribe trial in the game. Good job, Tizo. Noxalis. I made that look way easier than it actually is. That took me multiple tries on all of my previous playthroughs, so I guess I just remembered the strategy. And of course, your stamina can't match that, so you liking sword and board playstyles, Rob. Yeah, I could see how that would be tricky, because then it's like, okay, well, I want a sword and board, but they're forcing me to not, because these enemies just fucking annihilate me. It's like, come on. Excuse me. Yeah, blin, blin, blin. We're making our way up, Tizo. We're getting some bling bling out of this too, so. Fantastic. His predecessor being Haub, which Sandra would know because she was around when Haub was around, so. Fun. Good work, Tizo. And the reward for this one is well worth the effort. So if you're having trouble with this one, don't be afraid to come back later. Maybe get Tizo his Glory Dive equivalent when he gets to rank 4, so that way he can score easier, because then he only has to score twice in order to beat them. So yeah, it works much better that way, but we got it, so it'll work. Well, that's a good question. Let's see what she gave us. What is in my hand now? It feels like 3 things rather than 1, because it's one of the best talismans in the game. Haub's Wing. Starts at rank 7, and similar to the prayer beads, it gives you a minus 5% stamina penalty to Tizo's flutter and zip with every rank. So I'll ask the same question I asked with the prayer beads. What do you figure will happen when I get this to rank 20? Even the sisters were taken aback, faced with such sheer ferocity from one with such a small stature. I'll just tell you, when Haub's Ring is rank 20, Tizo has unlimited stamina. Period. His flutter and zip will never run his stamina down. So that's why it's so good, and that's why we're going to stick it on him and never take it off again. So yeah, it's really good. There are some talismans in this game that are just exceedingly OP and are by far the best option for certain people. So this is one of them. Ooh, hang on, I gotta do it this way. There we go. And because of the fact that we just got that, let's make it even easier for Tizo. Let's use this Stardust that we got. We'll get it up to rank 10 already. Fantastic. And since that's there, now I just need to think about who's going with me next time. Jodario and Ruki got some extra hope, if I recall correctly, for the next rite. I don't know if that means I want to bring... Actually, if I'm bringing Pamitha, I can't bring Jodario anyway, so I'll just bring... Yeah, we'll just bring Jay, Sir Gilman, and Pamitha. And probably Pamitha will be our main scorer in that case, although I might be able to get Sir Gilman around those corners. The volcano section here is the tough part, obviously, but yeah, we'll make it work. Maybe I shouldn't have used Tizo against the Dissidents, but I wanted someone more defensive if I could. So, alright, Jay, you're going to go with them. But first, we got to rummage with Tizo, so let's do that. And we're going into Highwing Cove, deeper than ever before. The high road to the Nest of Trieste is patrolled by the Commonwealth's ancient enemies. The cliffs here form a natural barrier, creating a suitable environment for the harps. Have to remember that for other games with harpies in them. What'd you find, Tizo? Yeah, sure. Let's dig it up. I couldn't find a shovel, but I hope we won't hit lava because my bare hands can't handle that. And for digging up with Tizo, we find the Vengeful Vow. Actually, I think this might be pretty good for my kamikaze strategy for Tizo, now that I think about it. I didn't expect to actually get this one, but there it is. So what this does is when the bearer is banished, it creates a blast radius that can banish adversaries near them. Kind of like Last Laugh, basically. So maybe I don't even need Last Laugh now that I think about it, because this stacks with his explosion, from what I understand, that he gets when he uses Implode. So maybe we don't need Last Laugh now. Maybe I can just put him up as a scorer, and although I can't use Haub's Wing if that's the case, but well, we'll see. We'll see how I want to do it. Before we go anywhere, Jodariel has something to say. What's up, Captain? Maybe I shouldn't bother her if she's that deep in thought. Oh, okay, sure. Sorry to interrupt your deep thinking. Can I help you? This is your 16th year? Holy shit, man. Okay, yeah, maybe I should shut my mouth. Oh, yeah, well that makes sense. Oh, yeah, sorry to hear that. That's gotta be hard to fathom. Can't even see them. I should really keep my mouth shut. I don't think you can start getting stuck up in solipsism, though, Jodario. I'm pretty sure those what-ifs will dig at you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Probably true, if we're being honest. Yeah, it's kind of strange that they would cast down someone that they feel so strongly about. Oh, okay. They weren't even conditioned yet? Holy shit. Yeah, the High-Wing Remnants, when they have soldiers, they condition them to not talk, basically, to not give secrets to the Commonwealth. But I'm pretty sure they don't do that for the early recruits, as Jodario can attest to here. Surprising. And that moment of weakness has apparently haunted you if your exchanges with Pamitha have been anything to go by. Well, I for one think you made the right choice, even if the Commonwealth doesn't particularly like the High-Wing Remnants. They're relatively innocent of this, so... Well, that sucks. I don't know, Jodario. I've seen you around. I've talked to you enough at this point. I feel like you still would make that choice. You've got that... You don't have that mercilessness in you. Fair enough. You too, Captain. And so we've gotten a roster bio update for Captain Jodario. Yeah, so what'll end up happening is the longer that you have them stay down here, the more likely they are to reveal their ultimate information about who they were before their exile, what their crimes were, and when they ended up down here. So, yeah, there you go. So we got it for Jodario. Her crime was insubordination, disobeying a direct order. Her motive apparently was insurrection. The record states she showed flagrant disrespect for the proper chain of command. I feel like you guys pulled that one out of your ass, Commonwealth. But anyway, she was a seasoned captain serving on the blood border, and she fostered the orphans of her fallen brothers and sisters. One day, she captured a flock of harp fledglings who had flown too close to the Commonwealth. When she was given the order to put them down, she refused, and thus was sentenced to exile. There, she survived on her own and gained her horns. Many years later, she encountered Hedwyn, whom she last remembered as one of the children she had in her care. So I imagine that was a nice reunion for the both of them. Alright, I think that's it. Let me ponder the orb for 1 second, just because, and then we'll head on out and continue our journey. Because we gotta get up to the nest, so that's the plan. Looks like we can just get there straight away from here, though, so... And now we get to see how the worms do in lava. This is gonna suck for them. Or they'll run circles around me and surprise me. Oh, but on the way, we've encountered a messenger imp. Hello there. And we've already been to the Black Basin, so I don't know why it's highlighting this, but maybe I just didn't read it before. What do you got for me? Yes, so every time you liberate someone, eventually the messenger imp here will come down and give you news of that person, so... Excuse me. And this pertains to Hedwyn. Of course he was, that's what the Commonwealth does. A leadership position of his choice, equally as lucrative and secretive, huh? Nice. Yeah, so basically when they go up there, the Commonwealth will say, we're going to put you up in a high position of government as long as you keep our secrets. But all of us looked at them giga-chads that we are and said, no, and then ran away. Fair enough. Oh, okay, and he even gave us a message. It says, keep going, I'll see you here. Sounds like a plan, Hedwyn. Good work, man. I kind of hope so, all things considered. That seems to be a good question, hopefully. But yeah, it's good to hear that he's well, so. He did it, that's for sure. And as a part of wishing Hedwyn luck, we get +1 hope on all of our companions for the next raid. Again, it's not much, but hey, I'll take it. It's a little passive bonus. Not that I'm probably going to need it, because if this goes the way I think it's going to go, the Pyre Hearts are going to be flinging themselves into lava most of the time here, so... We'll see if it goes that way, but we'll see. Whatever. We got new pages, so I'll read those. I might go use the restroom after I'm done reading, honestly. I might go actually check in with Falcon Ron as well, but then I'll go to the bathroom, so... worked out today, so gonna need to. The scribe's deeds from Gaul. I wish to be remembered not for boastfulness. Thus, I refrain from detailing our exploits across the land, save to say that they were numerous. Know that only through our combined strength of arms and wit did we withstand this savage land. Such were the monstrous dangers that it posed. I came to see that all terrors which I had heard at my bedside in my youth were based entirely in fact. So great they were, they blotted out the sky. Such was the evil that we vanquished, that the remnants of it yet shine under the stars. And in the end, it was the stars which guided us toward our truest calling. And we'll work on that. I think that's the last page in his section, if I remember right, is the next one. Yeah, we got one more page left after that, and then his section is done. So, back to Celestial Landmarks, we get to talk with Lou Scalorian about the Nest of Trieste. So let's do that. The ashen effigy of the nightmare titan Zilvius Horseheaded looms as dark as ever on the precipices of the Black Basin, where her chaotic influence sundered the land itself, until it wept with fire. The very instant that our graceful friend Trieste Tithys finally laid to rest the greater titan, with the power of the holy scepter of the empire, the stars shone down upon us all with blinding light. Trieste thought that she could bear her children in the warmth there, but, alas, well, that's unfortunate. Now the stars revisit that locale with regularity. The fissures in the rock do pose more danger than one ought invite, but a summons to the nest is to be honored. I hope her children survive, because, again, she's the progenitor to the modern-day harp, so maybe he's just talking about one of her generations of children. I don't know. Okay, so Pamitha, Sir Gilman, and yeah, we'll bring Jay along for the next one. So that's the plan. All right, Slug Market a go-go. Let's grab some Stardust that'll hopefully have available for us, and then I'll go use the restroom. Oh, and he's got another item, too. And that's a decently sized pile of Stardust, too. A scoop, even. +4 to the rank. Cool. This is the Burning Promise Talisman. After dousing the adversary's pyre, the bearer earns a reward up to 3 times. So if you're hurting for money, you could always use this. It doesn't upgrade, but it'll get you an extra 15 soul each time you're in a rite. But I don't know. I've never really had problems with money after the first cycle, so it doesn't really bug me all that much. Let's hold on to that. Grab this scoop. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I really want the Scribe Rock anymore, honestly. You know what? I'll wait till after this cycle, then I'll sell it, because it's not like we're hurting for money at the moment. And then I got to think about what we're doing with the Vengeful Vow, because, yeah, that's a nice effect. I just don't know if it's something that I'd want on Tizo, or if maybe I should just let him zip, because him zipping actually works a little better than his flight in some cases, because his zip is a little bit quicker. I just need to get him a little bit faster, so, like, without the talisman. And we can't do that at the moment, but we'll get there. Fair enough. I will tell my friends about it, this place, if I can find any other friends besides the ones in this wagon. Okay, so I am going to go use the restroom real quick, and then I will be right back, and we'll commence with the next rite. Okay, I have returned. Let's commence the next raid. Nice and quick. Yep, once the night comes, then there we go. Sir Gilman, having second thoughts like Rookie was? What do you mean? Yeah, but doesn't... I don't know if that means that you're no longer a knight. I think knighthood is something you make for yourself. So, you okay? Fair enough. You seem like you were concentrating pretty hard. Alright, well, good, because we don't need you to have those. Fair enough, we will do that. Looks like we're up. Let's take a look. Alright, off we go. Haven't asked in a while, but how is chat? How is chat doing? I am doing pretty well, all things considered. I don't know if I'm considered chat. I'm considered the reader by the voice man, but doing pretty good. Hope everybody else is doing pretty good.
The adversaries you are to confront shall be the Pyre Hearts.
Why are they even here?
Snuff out their Pyre's flame and show your worth.
I will attempt to.
Now prepare yourselves.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're going to have a hard time in this place, but anyway. Well, actually, no, because you're one to talk about that, aren't you? Oh, boy. What do you know of courage, Sir Deluge? I mean, if that's what you think, but... You use that fire, Sir Gilman. Use that energy in the right to beat him up. Well, listen, stupid is as stupid does, so... It's okay if you think it's stupid. I don't. I'm sure you don't. That's why you're stammering. Probably just a tick. Anyway, here we go. We also have a roster bio update for Sir Deluge. So yeah, even your enemies will get roster bio updates. I probably won't read them all out loud, just because it's kind of like, okay, most of these guys we don't really need to see it. But there you go. If you want to read it, pause and read it. It is worth noting that he has the Vengeful Vow, though, so when he gets blown up, we're going to have to make sure that he gets blown up far away from me, if I blow him up at all, so... Yeah, there you go. And the rest of his guys, +4 quickness. 36 quickness, man. It's a good thing the AI is controlling that, because I'd feel like I was slipping around on glass with something like that. Avenging Aid, and he's got Greater Cleave. Okay, so that's what we want. And we might be able to get that from this, so we'll see what we can find. Alright, so Jay, we're going to have you go in the middle. Still Jay. Please stop, voice man, with your whatever. Oh, you've got -1 hope. Where'd that come from? Maybe he's got less hope because of... Why do you have -1 hope? I'm super confused. Well, Pamitha, you're going with us anyway, even if you have -1 hope, so... Yeah, I don't know what's going on with their stats there. It's a little weird, but whatever. Alright, so you two are coming with us.
Sir Gilman.
I know I'm making you stand against your old triumvirate, but we'll make it work, especially around here. And you guys need the most experience out of it.
Very well.
So. Then tonight we shall dine on them, Pamitha. I hope I'm not talking big only to get my shit pushed in, but, you know, we'll see. Alright, here we go. Have you go get the ball first. Thank you. And away we go. You thought you could hit me, couldn't you? Nope. Incorrect. Okay, grab that, get a little stamina. And then just fly over their heads, essentially. Okay, get the hell out of there before they they slash you. Yeah, I'll go this way, sure, why not? Okay, hold on, there you go.
Splendid.
It's funny, I brought Pamitha here to score, not to stand around, but hey, I'll take it, so. Nope. I'll take this. Go in defensive position. Sir Gilman. Stamina. And off we go.
Sir Gilman plunges into the fire.
It's nice to have Pamitha here, though, because she can kind of just grab the ball for you without you having to worry about jumping over or going around, so... I mean, if you keep thinking like that... Whoa. Okay. Game, slow down. So that the game just did there actually brings me to a point that I'd like to make, but I'll make it in a bit once we, actually get there. Let me finish the right first before I talk shit about the game, and the one thing about the game that I think is the worst out of anything that the game does. So, whoa, almost overshot that one. Still felt like I was on ice.
Your victory is at hand.
I see that. I'm just gonna fly over all of you, or not. Ooh, Vengeful Vow. Okay. I'll take the ball, though. That would be nice. Well, I won't take the ball, evidently. Okay, wait for it. Wait for them to get closer. And now start flying! About that.
And it is done.
That's what I wanted you to do the whole time. Noxalis.
Outperformed their adversaries.
What is this man? Also worms. Yes, worms. Except with a Y. Worms in all but name. I mean, I would twist the dagger in my back if I had to listen to a person like you as well this whole time. I don't have to listen to your orders anymore. I am a knight of my own resolve. I'm being mean. I mean, I probably am. I don't particularly care for the Pyre Hearts, to be honest. They seem like a bunch of jackasses, so... Like, most of the other Triumvirates, it's like, okay, they're either fine in my book or they're not. And the Pyre Hearts are definitely in the not category. Along with the Essence and the Withdrawn, so... Oh, you meant in gameplay, not in words. Fair enough, yeah. I'm just trying to run circles around them, play defensively as best I can. Tell it to him, Sir Gilman. You tell that asshole. How will you see to it? He's gonna be leaving here, and you aren't if I get my way. Don't let it get to you, Sir Gilman. You got this. Anyway, we got a bunch of EXP from that. Nice, 1,000 Enlightenment for Jay. Rank 3 for Sir Gilman, so let's just rub that whole problem off your face there and put the heart in your eye. So, I mean, if it's forbidden, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, Greater Cleave a go-go. We could get quick draw, but Greater Cleave is what we really want. This makes him a lot better than just another runner that deals less damage than Rookie, so, yeah. As for Pamitha, well, she's no longer a big tease because now she's above rank 3. Well, good, because that means we'll be in better shape as a result of it. Alright, so what do we want here? Probably Strike Dash? Yeah, because I don't really salute very often, and in this particular case, her salutes are really... it's not good. Strike Dash it is. Just can't wait for greater celerity, plus 8 quickness, baby! She'll have 20 quickness because of the... change that she has there once we get that. Just imagine Pamitha moving at double speed when she flies, like... Mwah! Anyway, I'm sure we'll get there in due time. Play defensively. Mine is trying to banish them on purpose that look very offensive. Yeah, I guess that wasn't really... That was about as defensive as I could play it, considering I had 2 hyper-offense characters in J. So, fair enough. And I'll talk about the thing that I was going to say in just a minute. Let's see what the aftermath of that is. So, okay, everybody hang out. I'll be back. We'll see where we're going next. Where will the third right take place? What are our options? We could go back to Haub. We could go to Gaul. Or we can go to Jamur. Okay, a couple of options. Take a look at Volfred's planner. Oh, the Essence actually won somewhere, probably against the Withdrawn because they have 2 losses now. So the Essence have moved up in the standings. If we don't fight them here, they'll probably be our opponents in the next Liberation, right? And they're pretty tricky from my understanding, so... Manly's here. We've got the Withdrawn here, and then we've got the Fate here. Honestly, I'm trying to think, but I might go challenge the Chastity. I'm kind of okay with the Withdrawn being where they are, because there's another additional challenge that you can do with them, like the one with Ruki and Barker, but you can't do it just yet. We'll get to there in a little bit, but for now it's not available. I don't think it's available until at least the 3rd cycle, if I recall correctly, so... Anyway, since that's the case, I don't really want to go fight the Fate either. They're, I mean, they're fine. There's nothing really wrong with them. And I like it when the Fate gets higher in the standings, because out of all the rest of the Triumvirates, they're probably the one that's the closest to what the initial creation was of it. So let's go fight the Chastity, because it's always fun to beat up on Manly. I wonder if he'll have an advantage here because of all the rocks with his sapling. Well, we'll see. Yeah, he didn't seem like the best intended customer that we fought, so... So yes, H. Manly Tinderstoff. Uh-huh. Well, how does he feel about being down here then? Probably not great. Of course he did. He soon grew so proficient at doing nothing much at all. Oh, okay, so a regular aristocrat. Good. Beat him up. The one good decision that a Commonwealth diplomat made in recent years. Oh, okay, apparently he got a few secrets out of people. Finangled. Oh, great. That's a good word. I love finangled. It's a great word. I mean, he probably will get to that high-ranking position because they offer that to most of the exiles when they go home, so... Fair enough. Thanks, Volfred. Yeah, so we'll get out of here first thing in the morning. But in the meantime, we have a page revealed on the Pyre Hearts, and someone wants to see me in the Black Wagon, so... 10-0, baby! Yeah, we're working our way up in the standings. Like I said, I'm not going to make a big deal out of us losing, but hey, if we go undefeated the whole game, I would not be angry. It's probably not going to happen, but I would not be angry. Sir Gilman, are you okay? You had a lot to say to your old commander, huh? And what's that? It's true. That is usually the way of things for all of you. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part, yeah. It's, you guys live very short lives as a result of what the Commonwealth and your, quest for glory leads you to. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, sounds about right. I mean, I think that that's a fair point, actually. I think that what you're asking for, if you get out of here, I mean, you'll have the whole time to figure it out once we, you know, overturn the Commonwealth. So, hang on. There you go. That's a thumbnail, so just wanted to click that real quick. Cool game, super fun. Finished a mage hunt, wandered through a new door you could open because you finished that hunt, and with no warning found a boss. So now you have 5,000 souls basically in a boss room that you can't do much damage to. Yeah. If I'm being honest with you, Amarella, I had a couple of situations in Salt and Sanctuary that felt that way too. So I apologize, but something tells me it's kind of par for the course. So if you go undefeated, you should play the game again on your own and bump up the difficulty. Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Because I haven't exactly been to heightened difficulty beyond the first few rights and then the last right in the game, but just to see how bad it was, I turned the difficulty up. It was bad. So. Well, I'm glad I could help you out with it, Sir Gelman. I didn't want you to, you know, wallow in that pity forever. You got to pick your head up eventually, so. Sounds like a plan. And the plan, speaking of which, has a little bit higher probability of success now. Well, it's going to be something that you'll have to journey through your entire life to find, I think. But that's okay. It's about the journey, not the destination, Sir Gilman. and for finishing out his little feud with Sir Deluge and letting him confront him, Sir Gilman gains +2 presence permanently, which is very nice for him because now his slashes, along with Greater Cleave, are even bigger. So, fantastic. That'll work out very nicely for him. So it's worth it to bring them into fights with their old triumvirate, or the people that they have the closest relationship to in the other triumvirates, because you often get good passive rewards out of it. So you were able to hug the entrance close enough to drop the souls near the door, so you wandered in and grabbed it. There you go. That's good. That's a good plan. Nice work. Golden Sun is kicking your ass. You cannot figure out how to push more damage. Well, it's kind of hard to push more damage under the conditions that you're under, though. Like, I give you enough credit just for getting that far with what you've got, but I don't actually know where specifically you are in the game, though, so I shouldn't say that until I know. But any amount past the first little bit is impressive to me. The Pyre Hearts in the Donald Duck voice again. Here we go. Because Haoob is a little chirpy. So let's do this.
The Pyre Hearts all follow in the path forged by the Under-King Ores, whose many mighty deeds exceed the smallest stature that somehow contained him. His is the most spirited triumvirate, their courage unfaltering, their hearts full. They live always with vigor, and perhaps they die with it as well. They are the Under-King's own kind, as at home above the sea as in it, never ceasing, ever longing, as they do, for something more. The Under-King chose wisely for these qualities, and teaches that a life devoid of passion is a life devoid of life itself. That burning passion is the fuel that drives the Pyre Hearts, and in turn, us all.
Or it did until Sir Deluge came along and plagued the triumvirate with cowardice. You might start to notice, by the way, that the way that Haoob describes all of the triumvirates, a lot of the qualities that they expected out of their triumvirates are things that we see in our own exiles. Like, we've seen it in, specifically in this example with Sir Gilman. He kind of shares a lot of the principles that the Under-King Ores did, which is no real shock. I mean, they're giving us legendary talismans with literal earmarked names of the 8 scribes, so yeah, fair enough. You've resorted to farming for items, but you can't keep doing that, or you have to take out the Deadbeard restriction that you put in. Honestly, you should probably do that. Yeah, I feel like you should. I don't know if Deadbeard's going to be feasible under the conditions you're in, so. 2 more levels and you can get the Class 3 Vanguard skill, letting you throw on a new weapon. Nice. Congrats. Early congrats on that. Hopefully it all works out for you. I don't know what I want to use for the next one, so let's just wait until we continue our journey and see where we end up. Alright. Back up we go. Was there anything else to see? I don't think there was anything to see up here. I just want to check if there's any other blips on the radar, because they'll be in the book if there are, and I don't want to miss them. I mean, you don't need 100% book completion. You can read as much or as little of the book as you'd like, but, you know, I try as best I can to read as much of it as I possibly can. I almost just ran into the Fate. It's a good thing they were on the ground. That would have sucked. They're the ones that I don't want to run into out of anybody. So, there's the essence again. We already got their conversation when we run into them, so let's just try to fly past them and not hit anybody else. Oh, there's another blip here. Let's take a look. For the Spring of Jamuar. Yeah, Biolanthius looks like he had a really bad day. The Hive Titan, vanquished by the scribe Jamuar Manymane. From its remains flows a rejuvenating spring which gladdens up that valley's desolation. Yeah, so the hot spring here is actually a good one. It's probably one of the best ones around in the downside, so. A Sordid Tale? I have not read it in the book, but I'll take a look, so. Well, yeah, I mean, I'd imagine some of this stuff is kind of hard to believe, so. Oh, really? Huh. Probably just to, you know, honor their deeds. Apparently the scribes were very vain because the stars that they control shine down on all these places where they killed people. Well, killed things, but... Pamitha can sway the coming right against the chastity in our favor here? We already went with Tizo in the last section. I'm curious about this. Pamitha, what are you about to do? Well, we'll find out in a minute. We got another page for Jamior Valley. Alright, off we go. Don't know what the Fate's up to, but I'm sure they're okay. Last Golden Sun thing for now. Remember all those healing items you end up with? You fucking needed those. Yeah, because you can't really use very much healing under your playthrough because you don't have as much access to healing spells, so I can understand why. There's a scribe trial available for Sir Gilman and a new page available, so let's give him, oops, hang on, the Moon Crest. There we go. Still haven't figured out what I'm going to use this Stardust on yet. Probably Haoob's Wing, honestly, because making Tizo broken early is probably in my best interest. So, and then there's still the prayer beads to work on, but we'll work on those. Maybe we'll work on those next, honestly, like once Haoob's gets to 20. Of course, I'm probably going to keep pushing this back until we find that event that gives us a whole bunch of Stardust at once, but I'll figure it out. Alright, Scribe Trial. You're locked out of all the good shit up until the final boss. Imagine the super boss with synergy that only costs 6 to 10. Can't even use some of your early game shit. Yeah, that might be a little tricky, I think. Sandra, I have returned, as you said. Let's see what's on your mind, and then we'll do the Scribe Trial. Well, sorry to say it, but you're going to have to. We have a Scribe Trial to do. Why? You seemed so friendly before. What's wrong? You shouldn't have let me in. I think she's been thinking a little too much. This is one of those trials by fire for our friendship. Great. Well, at the very least, while I'm here, we can do a Scribe Trial, right? She seems keen for that, and I seem keen for the fact that I'm not abandoning her in her time of need. So. Did it help your stamina if you equip the thing that you made to help your stamina? Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah. It's probably worthwhile. This does make Golden Sun as hard as Kid You remembered it, though. Why is she angry? What did we do? I don't know. I don't think we did anything. I think it's something that she needs to figure out, honestly. So. Well, we're gonna find out, aren't we? Sir Gilman, thanks for coming. No, you're not in trouble for something, although where we're going, you'll probably think that you are. Sandra, incidentally, is like most of the other NPCs in this game, or specifically most like your Triumvirate, in that she has a storyline associated with her that you control by asking her what she wants each time. Oh, look, the game did it again. You know what? Before we continue, I'm actually going to talk about that, because what the game just did there, where it skipped all those frames, that's the worst part about this game. Is that so the graphical fidelity of the game is amazing, don't get me wrong. I love how it looks. It's one of the best looking games I've ever played. But the way that the game handles certain actions on screen being too hard for the game to handle at a time is not by slowing down, it's by skipping frames. Now, what happens when the game skips frames? Well, you can't see what's going on, but you know who can see what's going on while the game is skipping all those frames? The AI. So they can commit moves that you cannot see because the game is skipping over the frames. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't turn the settings down in this version, but believe me when I tell you, I've turned the settings all the way down to low on this game on my PC version of it. It still happens. So something in the game's code just cannot handle the graphical fidelity of the game. And I need you to understand, if you can't handle the game being at a smooth 60 FPS the entire time, you need to tone the graphics down. I will take the graphics being slightly worse in exchange for the game running at a smooth 60 FPS. As a matter of fact, I'll even take it running slower than at 60 FPS if you have to in order for it to not chug the way that it does. The skipping of frames, absolutely unacceptable. It's the only thing wrong with this game, but it is absolutely unacceptable. It's probably the most egregious thing that the game could have done wrong. So, yeah, no, that's a part of the game. Thought that that was the stream. No, that's part of the game. The stream has dropped 0 frames so far. So, what was the point of this room? Fair question. I hope it's not a monster trap or something. So. Anyway, now that I've gotten up on my soapbox about the worst part about Pyre, let's play the rest of the game, which is all much better. That, by the way, is going to happen quite a few times going forward because certain battlefields in this game have a lot of particle effects happening, and it's not good. So, you love using GBA games, and those ran at 30 FPS. Yeah, no, as long as they run at a consistent frame rate, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, 60 is fine, 30 is fine, 15 is fine if that's what you want to run it at, but when it starts to dip or when you have to skip frames in order for the game to run consistently, that is absolutely unacceptable in my book. So... Had to kill 4 named mages to get into this room, fought a super hard borderline boss-like enemy to get in, and then a second boss-like, and got nothing. Huh. Welp. Oh, good. Sir Gilman's talking Sandra up. Fantastic. Alright, Sir Gilman, let's see if we can take on this challenge. What do we got to face? A demon, a crone, and a sap. So the 3 slowest things in the game, aside from the crone. Hello. Well, as long as I can jump over all of you by just running as fast as I can, I'm okay with it. Ooh, okay. You give me that. Thank you. I might jump over the sap, honestly. I feel like he's the easiest to jump over out of anybody, so... It's funny how many of these basically come down to hide behind cover, wait for them to get too close, and then run past them. But, yeah. Alright, go ahead, put that down. There we go. Gotta be careful, though, because if you let him switch to that crone, the crone's jump is really fast, so letting them switch to her makes it really difficult to do this. Nice and simple. Noxalis. Good work, Sir Gilman. But yeah, that's basically a first order strategy for these, so if you're having trouble with them, just do that. Grab the ball, hide behind cover, run past them. Unless you're playing as Jodario, in which case there's no running involved. Just shoulder tackle. Stop murdering them, they're already dead! I mean, Sandra asked for it, so... Good. Thank you, Sandra. Let's see what reward we get out of this one. Mercy is at the heart of our glorious society. Mercy even for the foulest traitor, says the Archjustice, knowing that the Sisters of the Arch were put into the Beyonder Crystal. Actually, does he know that? I'm trying to think. Like, I have forthcoming knowledge about the Archjustice that obviously the game hasn't explained yet, that maybe or maybe not, actually. It depends. We'll see. Well, I'm glad you did pretty well there, Sir Gilman. Used your quickness to your advantage. By the scales! It is! Oriz's scale. Yeah, it literally is by the scales. I'm not a big fan of this one. It lets him jump farther than usual, which means he can basically, on that battlefield, grab the ball and jump from that point and just go right in. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I think it gets to 60% farther, though, if you keep it. If you keep upgrading it. So I guess you could use it. I usually like to give him something that lets it, like the prayer beads basically, that lets him keep scoring over and over again because he has a low amount of glory. So it's better to have him continue to score over and over again, I think, than just increasing his ability to score in one exchange, you know? So, oh, we got another adornment. The Singing Sands. The so-called singing is the sound of countless screeching wheel mites. Fun. Well, it's not singing right now, so fair enough. You're so fucking tempted to play through Final Fantasy XII again, and you just beat it. Sorry, you love Ivalice too much. You shouldn't be sorry about that. I also love Ivalice. Also, this game is super cool despite basically just being rugby. It's a rugby with a visual novel attached to it, and I enjoy it quite a bit. It's got a special place in my heart, and I'll talk about why eventually, but it's when we get to the credits. But it's got a special place in my heart personally, so yeah. Let me see here. So I think Sir Gilman needs to come along again because he's not quite caught up to everybody else yet. He's almost caught up to Tizo and Pamitha, though. So Jodariel's probably coming along, so let's give her the Ashen Coal. And we'll sell the Oriz's Scale. I could use Tizo again since he just got some inspiration. No, I'll probably take Sir Gilman and Pamitha, actually. So, since that's the case, let's try out these prayer beads, shall we? There we go. Put this back here, put this over here. Probably move this too. So I got all my talismans in one spot that I don't want to sell. So yeah, we'll try out the prayer beads. I might even Stardust them a little bit, actually, even though Tizo's got that working there, but it's okay. Alright, so Jojario's coming along, Sir Gilman and Pamitha. Hopefully that'll be enough against the Chastity. We'll see. Oh good, Molten Millet's voice again. Fun. Take a drink before it murders my throat. You know what? I'm not even going to do it anymore. I came up with this, like, whispering voice for her, and I keep thinking about it, and it's just going to murder my throat while I still have to talk for the next 45 minutes, so I'm just going to read this one, like, in my voice. I don't think Millith will approve, but I'm just going to read it. The downside prairie first appears serene. It is not. The soil there accommodates only the region's brutish native vines and overbrush. The most likely food sources prove poisonous. Thus we journeyed further north. The climate there grew fouler to my senses, though the Kur Jamur found it amenable. The sprawling valley, pocked with long-evaporated lakes, gives evidence to the monstrosities which roamed this land. We found the region's western edge to be more pleasant on the whole. Therein we found sources of fresh water, whereas over to the east we found the edge of the land's most hideous decay. Yeah, don't really want to go to the flagging hands, rather. Not a really fun place. Instill fear in the Chastity. I forgot Pamitha was about to pull some bullshit. Let's see what bullshit she pulls. Where are you going? Oh, you're going to find some of the high wing remnants that are down here? Okay, fair enough. Good luck. Huh. Okay, sounds like a plan, but a little accident that should dampen their spirits. Now we're really playing dirty. You thought we were playing dirty before? All the Chastity will suffer -3 hope for the next right. Yeah, not a big bonus, but hey, it's there, I suppose. I don't think the captain's going to be too happy about this. Let's see what she has to say. Are you okay? Are those things painful? Oh, yeah, well, fair enough. They do look heavy, if I'm being honest with you. They look good. I mean, it is kind of hard to imagine her without them. Like, her head looks too big for them not to be there, but don't tell her I said that because she'd snap me like a twig. I don't mean to, you know, basically state the obvious here, or a platitude, but they do look heavy. Yeah, sorry that they're hurting you. I'm aware of that. I'm just trying to be nice. Oh, so it's like 10 years in here that starts to happen, huh? Yeah. That's what they say, but I don't know if your exile was rightful. I wouldn't give up so easily. Yeah. Probably something in the air, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know how something in the air causes your skull to suddenly sprout gigantic bone protrusions, but sure. And to be fair, yeah, if you become a demon, you live for like twice as long as everyone else, basically. So, fair enough. I mean, that's a possibility. Maybe the fresh air of the Commonwealth will cause them to fall off. What do you mean, hopeless idea? I mean, it's not like you're not getting out of here. Well, it's unfortunate that that's what she's going through, but it doesn't really help us there. Okay, so she's going to the next one. You're going to the next one. You're going to the next one. Actually, hang on. Let me take a look at something real quick. I want to see how much enlightenment we've got kicking around here. So you'll get to like 47, 46, 45, 38. You'll be at like 31. And you'll be at like 4,000. So, yeah, we should still be good. The thing you have to start keeping in mind as you go through the cycles here is that if you want to liberate people in a certain order, you have to keep in mind how much enlightenment they have. Because if you don't, well, you'll have to use one of your precious vocation times in order to give them an infusion of experience, only to then let them leave, which is a little bit of a waste. But we'll do what we can. We have stopped. What happened? Is everybody okay? What's going on? Pamitha, what did you do? Okay, but listen, you were supposed to play the joke on the Chastity, not on us. Oh god, what did you do? Oh my god, Pamitha, why would you do that? Oh wait, I just thought about this. I can't use Pamitha if I use Jodario because they're still arguing. Fuck. Well, we'll see. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll bring Jay instead. I don't know if she can do that because I don't think she feels... I think she still feels responsible for it, so I feel like it's kind of mean of you to play a joke on her about that, but... Yeah, a bit. Alright, fair enough. I'll just wait here with everybody else, I guess. Are you okay, Captain? Sorry about what happened. It wasn't something on my watch, but... Okay, fair enough. You have? Seriously? Just like that? I'll believe it when I see it. I hope you wouldn't. It was pretty bad just now. Alright, well, we'll follow up with them when we get to the spring. Because something tells me this isn't over. So, couple more pages revealed. The Spring of Jamuer and the Freedom Pact. And then the Slug Markets. We'll work on that. Okay, Pamitha, what did you say and or do? Are you alright? Ah, so they actually are hashing it out. Well, maybe they need a mediator. I'll sit down for this one. Well, okay, listen, Jodario, let's remember Hedwyn's words here. We're all equal nothings down here. If Pamitha's here with us, then we need to work with her. Okay? I don't know, though. Maybe I shouldn't make it worse by bringing up what she just told me in good conscience. That's the idea, yes. Let's remember what Hedwyn would say here. You're willing to give it a shot. Okay. Well, that's good, because that was my concern going forward. You should. You really should. We all got to get out of here eventually, so if we're fighting amongst ourselves, things are going to get a little bad. How long until Jodariel tears off her wings in a rage? Ideally, that is going to be put off indefinitely at this point, but we'll see. Well, for what it's worth, I think you did good work. I wasn't really expecting much, because the captain is kind of stubborn on this, but hey, if you guys can work together, all the better. So yeah, that concern that I talked about a minute ago, no longer a problem. Pamitha and Jodariel are now willing to conduct rites together. I usually don't get that until the third cycle of rites, honestly, but I guess it happened a little earlier here. Fair enough. Let's do some reading. This mob just jumps straight up like 30 feet through the floor to attack you. Oh god, it's an enemy from Batman Forever. Oh, that's unfortunate. The Freedom Pact. We rid the land of an impending doom, but faced another of its kind. For we knew that we were trapped. Yet for each danger which we faced, for every failed ambush by Arch, we met with gentle souls and kindred spirits in the downside, who deserve more than to fade from memory within this land. It was then that the stars themselves showed us the way, delineating a great voyage across the sea. Excuse me. Apparently Gull had a lot to eat that day. Near broken we became, but then at last a moonlit vision, that of the rites. The rites! Thus shall they say of us, the 8 scribes gave their freedom, so that we may yet have ours. So they hit upon the rites in a moonlit vision. How much scribe snuff did they instill in themselves before that? Oh boy. And was it even scribe snuff back then? Questions for later. For now, the Spring of Jamuer. I ofttimes think the carapace of the Hive Titan by Elanthius shall be an everlasting blemish on an almost splendid bit of land, but Jamuer, in his brashness, felled the monster with a certain flair. Then the moon shone through the ridges of the massive carapace and shined upon the pooling ichor, turning it into the freshest nectar ever to be tasted. The spring shall flow eternally, and those who walk within it shall experience the resplendent glory of the land. The stars began to fall there in the spring with regularity, and now we know how soon again that they shall do so, and we wish for you to see it for yourself. I really like the voice I came up with for Luis Galorian. It sounds so pompous. But anyway. How's the overarching plot in this game? We're getting there. We haven't really gotten to the main meat and potatoes of it yet. That's more in the third cycle and later, but, well, we'll get there. Not today, but later. Don't think you're supposed to have killed that last mage that you did, thinking back on how hard it was? Think you're just being stubborn at this point. Was supposed to leave this map and go to the one you unlocked in the second one's deaths. Sometimes stubbornness pays out in those sorts of games. Sometimes it does in Souls-likes, so I say keep going for all, For all we know, there might be something really nice back there that makes it a lot easier in other sections, so. Jesus, fuck, how many cycles are there? Ideally, as many as there are Nightwings. Because that would make it a lot easier to get them all out of here. What'd you find, Falcon Ron? Several bottles of multicolored liquids of some sort. So now we are introduced to serums. We could have gotten these if we foraged for them on our way to Mount Elodiel, but, well, now we can get them in the shop. Sun Serum for +4 Hope in the next right, Star Serum for +4 Quickness, and Moon Serum for +4 Presence. There is no +4 Glory Serum, because that would be broken. It's true, actually. The Quickness one is really nice, especially in certain situations like with Tizo or Pamitha, if they need to get a little bit more movement in the next right. Unfortunately, the serums take the place of any Stardust that he could have here, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but at the very least I can get a bang for my buck here by selling Auras' Scale. So there we go. And I think I'll just take the, do I want the Presence one too? Nah, I think I just want the Stars. Well, you know what, I'll buy the both of them, why not? Just so I have them. Because he actually won't restock on them until you buy them, so I'll buy them both so that way he restocks eventually. I don't think I want the Hope one, it's really not something that I find necessary, so. Thanks, Ron! And for buying some stuff from Ron's shop. You actually unlock new chapters in the book for buying stuff, so we'll go read that too. Don't think the second mage was needed when you think, but it did give you a class 3 weapon, so hey, I mean, that's fair. Probably it gives you a bit of an edge, so. Sequence breaking is a good thing. Remember Zelda Phantom Hourglass? When you get to the 3rd sea chart, if you're really good with your tools, you can get the 4th without another trip to the Temple of the Sea King. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's always nice to be able to, sequence break because of, your own ingenuity. So, whose chapter am I unlocking here? Oh, it's just in John Muir's. What was his voice again? I think it was kind of gravelly and gruff. Not unlike Solium's, but a little more Australian. Not really Australian. I can't do a good Australian accent. It's just not in my blood. But anyway, I want to put myself on the spot here. You cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or tempest shall shear you to pieces. That is just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is no simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you were born a cur. If not, however, you shall have to find a means to cross these lands without the benefit of 4 strong paws. Luis Galorian believes this untamed land can be traversed through means unnatural. I thought at first that he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculates that carriages could cross this land by harnessing its fury. A wild thought. In my case, my paws shall suffice. Yeah, fair enough. Might as well run on your own 2 feet. Or in your case, 4 feet. Okay, let me take a drink and then we'll do the next trait. Basically need to be smart and creative with your ship because you need to do stuff without bomb shoes and another item. Oh, okay, gotcha. I feel like there are situations like that in a lot of cases, actually, in Zelda games, where you can kind of sequence break a little bit depending on your use of items. But, excuse me. Alright, so the Spring of Jamuar. And I remember them talking about this. The Alpha Chief hoped bathing here would cure his ailments, but it only made him itch. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe he needed better soap? Of course he would. I would rather I forget as a result of that. Yeah, actually, that's a fair point, probably, because if he knew you were here and he has connections all over the place, he'd probably be able to put 2 and 2 together, so. Oh. Okay. I mean, maybe. You never know. I guess there's only one way to find out, but hiding your face will probably help it. I mean, you could just wait in the black wagon, but I guess we all have to be there, don't we? What the hell is that? Excuse me, why are you protruding into my sky? Strange new stars. What do you mean? Oh, okay, well, that's a lot better than what I thought you meant, but okay. Yeah, so, this is the introduction to the Titan stars. Omens in the night sky, each representing one of the downside's mythical monstrosities. This is how you affect the difficulty in a more organic way. You use the Titan stars to give yourself a greater challenge. Slain or routed long ago, the greater Titans are an indelible part of the legend of the 8 scribes. Let's look upon them with as little fear as possible, shall we?
Behold, the Titan stars.
Uh-huh. So what do you suppose these do? Well, let's take a look at the 3 that are available right now, shall we? So we have Endriga the Widow, and I usually keep this one on, actually, because what it does is it reduces your Pyre's flame by 30 damage at the start of each rite. In exchange for activating her...
Endriga the Widow.
The voice man says that, and then you get plus 3% enlightenment for activating her. So it's not really a huge bonus at the moment, but the more of these you activate, the more enlightenment you get, so... As for Limbless Erizek, it gives your adversaries plus 8 hope, making them return sooner after banishment. This one's not too bad, honestly. I usually keep this one on if I remember right, so...
Limbless Erizek.
As you can see, the Enlightenment is getting a little bit bigger. We're getting 3% and 3% from here. This one, however, is a bit of a doozy. This one basically tunes the difficulty up 1 difficulty level when activated, but in exchange for that... you get an extra 10% enlightenment rather than just 3%. So this is why I haven't been turning up the difficulty previous to this, is because first of all, most of it was an extended tutorial, and second of all, why would I turn up the difficulty of my own volition when I can turn it up and get 10% extra experience for it? Like, that's so much better than just doing it of my own will and getting nothing in return, so... Alright, so now the game's on hard, basically, on heightened mode. So here we go. The rest of the playthrough will be a little trickier than what we've dealt with so far. And I picked the worst possible triumvirate to do it in because it's the Chastity. So here we go.
The Titan stars.
Yeah, about those, voice man.
Burning remnants of monstrosities felled by the scribes themselves.
They're not a good omen.
Dare you to stand against them in their fury?
I mean, I don't have to, but...
Dark is the knowledge that you seek there, reader. Best focus on your adversaries, keen as they are to confront you once again.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Put out their pyre first, and show them the glory of the Night Wings.
I will do the best I can.
Now then, make ready for the rite.
I shall. So yeah, like it said there, when you activate Endriga, you only have 70 Pyre to work with now, so be a little careful, because sometimes it gets a little tricky. This is, by the way, why I upgraded the Ashen Coal, because that basically allows us to reset that problem. And there aren't really a whole lot of talismans that work defensively anyway in the game, so I usually just stick with the Ashen Coal, so, as our defensive talisman. Manly, I wish I could say it was good to see you, but it's not. Oh, okay. Well, we already had them have a happy accident, but sure. I will do the best I can. No offense taken. I also think your raiments are gaudy, so fair enough. I'm kind of wondering when the orb will come down, honestly. Oh, really? Huh. It's funny that you should mention that. I do wonder how you got that information, because who would want to put down the Commonwealth? Actually, that's not really something that I would be interested in. I can ask my Triumvirate. I can't do that, but I can ask my Triumvirate if you're willing to ask for a fee. We have more soul than we could ever do anything with. Okay, well, that went fairly well, I think. Yeah, well, we've been gathering them from all over the place, so, you know. And what's that? Now, where would you have heard a rumor like that? Oh. Well, I think the cat's out of the bag, Wolfred. He's a smart one, this Manly Tinderstoff. No, of course not. Why would they be? He could not be less welcome. Well, before he brings the cat out of the bag, let's play on his level. Let's ask him to leave politely. Not for nothing, Manly. I do enjoy chatting with you. It's nice to finally get to talk with you. We didn't really get the chance to last time, but you've got a right to prepare for, don't you? I mean, you guys probably need to, like, equip your talismans and all that stuff. So you go do that, we'll do this, and then we'll meet on the battlefield. Maybe we can chat there. Yeah, all good, man. No problems whatsoever. I mean, I think the scribes are counting, but we'll just stop blaspheming now, I think. Alright then, you two. What a dickhead.
Now let us begin.
We've got a roster bio update for Manly, so now we can take a look at him. He's been down here for 20 years in exchange for bribery. But yeah, we kind of... The reason why I don't read most of these biographies is because you kind of get the story directly from Tariq anyway, so it's like, whatever. But if you want to read it, here it is on the screen. Feel free to pause. Let's check out his items, shall we? The Star Splinter. This is the item that actually you can get from the event that I was talking about on Mount Elodial. And the reason why you would want it is if you're going to be shooting a lot, this lets you shoot faster, which... when it ranks up to rank 20, I believe it's 80% faster, which is significantly quicker than normal shooting. It's very good as a result. I don't think Manly can really make good use of it because he'll never get across half field if I have anything to say about it, but, you know, fair enough. Where'd your harp friend go? I wonder if that's who Pamitha paid off, because he had a harp with him last time. Wow, that's crafty of you, Pamitha. I didn't think that would happen. Anyway, this one's got the Righteous Flame, which is a good reason for us not to let them in. You also have the Righteous Flame, so we'll try not to let them in. I think that's mainly Manly's strategy going forward, though, is not only does he have a wide variety of members in his Triumvirate, he also likes to use lifesteal as a result of the crux of his strategy. Because his Pyre is, as if it isn't bad enough that his Pyre is already higher than ours without the Ashen Coal, he wants to make it harder for us to defeat him as a result. But if I have my way, we won't give him the satisfaction of it, right, Joe Dario? Sorry, I had to stop for a second there, but almost choked on my spit. Okay, so who else do I want to bring with me for this one? Actually, we can do Sir Gilman and Pamitha, like I said before, because now they'll actually conduct the rites together, so let's just do it that way.
Sir Gilman.
And then Pamitha.
Pamitha.
And hopefully Pamitha can run circles around them, so. We can especially take them thanks to your distraction, so. I hope, anyway. Well, this time you don't have the encroaching vines that you had in the Waking Wood, so we'll see what you've got going on here. Just the Righteous Flame mostly, but... Right, let's get in there before Manly gets a sapling out. And then off we go! Sir Gilman is just so fucking fast. It's so ridiculous sometimes because you can just kind of let him go. And it's just so, like, I don't know. Whoops. Well. Alright, anyway. Bye! We'll just let Joe Dario grab the ball. Or we'll let Sir Gilman do it, because he's fast, and he has a lot of stamina to work with, and he can kind of hop over their auras, so, yeah. Go grab that, off we go. Wait for stamina, and then, just keep flying. Whoa. Alright, sure, I'll be over here if you need me. Okay, grab the ball, wait for stamina. And then I'll go here. Now, Manly cannot jump, so if you can fly over him, that's your best bet. I'd rather make that mistake if it means beating you.
Now to the flame.
That's where I'm going. You thought you could have me with that one, didn't you? You could not.
Now go on, just once more.
Alright, here we go. You know what? I don't need to fly yet, actually, because nobody's anywhere near me, so bye.
And it is done.
Are we sure that was on hard mode?
The night
Because it didn't feel like it. Noxalis.
crying tears of shame.
Maybe I'm just that good. Maybe this is going to be a custom robo situation where I don't think I'm good enough at the game and then I prove myself wrong. Who knows? Or maybe they were just in disarray that time. Oh, I have a lot of idea, Manly, actually. Good, we're getting there. He's probably right. Are you playing a Jedi mind trick on him, Volfred? Because it feels like you are. He was playing a Jedi mind trick. I gotta learn how to do that. Okay, bye, Manly. Nice. I'm guessing you also lifted his memory of you? Good, because that would have been a bit of a thorn in our side when we all got up there. But for now, we don't gotta worry about it.
Do tend to teach something of trust.
So yeah, as a result of activating those Titan Stars, Jodariel has gained enough experience to get to rank 4. Very nice. I mean, we are guided by the scribes themselves, so that's probably part of it. As for what we can take for Jodariel in this particular section, you could get the Fierce Presence perk, which gives her +4 presence. It's not bad if you use the Scribe Rock for her a lot, but, well, if you use the Scribe Rock for her a lot, you probably don't need this. The other one, though, yeah, Endragah's never coming off now, because as long as Jodariel is on the field, your Pyre gains +35. So if she has the Ashen Coal equipped and the Enduring Flame perk, you get +65 to your Pyre. That's absurd. So obviously we're going to take it. As for the rest of us, well, we'll get there. Sir Gilman, you're quickly working your way up through the ranks, and Pamitha, you'll get there too. Just a little bit extra for everybody. Wow, 4,000. Not bad.
Until the next right.
You two did pretty well out there together. I was a little apprehensive, but it worked out okay, so. Acceptable? I mean, we ran circles around them, so. Thank you both for working together so nicely. Yeah, they're actually really good in combination with one another, because Jodariel can... Her presence is gigantic, she can quickly get the ball, and then Pamitha can just kind of fly over everybody, so... Because when Jodariel goes onto the field, a lot of enemies have trouble with her aura because it's so big. So she kind of draws their attention and forces them to spread out, which allows Pamitha to get around them a little bit easier, because then when they're all spread out, they can't all be on top of her and jump on her when she tries to fly past. So, yeah. Almost effortlessly. Well, that's true. So. Okay, let's go take a look. More stars to be seen, and I guess I kind of revealed this a little early, but I mean, he did kind of mention it earlier that, yeah, this might take a little bit less time than before. So, as a result of this, the liberation rites are waiting for us again. If we look all the way up there, Solium is burning once more. So up we'll go. And we can actually check on who our opponents will be when we go to Solium. Well, we could do it by checking that too, but if we look at Volfred's Planner, yeah, the Essence have won out in some of their rights. The Withdrawn actually lost twice this cycle. So, yeah, the Essence will be our opponents here. I guess that'll give Pamitha something to do. Maybe. Okay, Liberation Rite a Go-Go. So now we gotta pick who else is going free. Maybe you think they're doing that because of the fact that we are active again, or is it just the turning of the seasons? I guess either way, it's not really a huge deal. So, true, very true. And it's good for the Essence, but ideally they're one of the ones that we definitely don't want to go up there, because we don't need the Highwing Remnants muddling the plan here. So, okay, we'll do. So yeah, now that we can fly, we don't have to make the whole trip up Mount Elodial. We can actually just land nearby, and then when you get there, there's some opportunities to make it a little easier for the next rite for you. Not great opportunities, but opportunities nonetheless. Oh good, we have 1 billion million pages to read. And even more, because there's one on the Chastity. Captain, good job on the last rite. You guys worked pretty well together. Ah, so she's talking about the essence, perhaps, or at the very least the Highwing remnants, so. I mean, you won't face their active soldiers, you might face the essence, though. Fair enough, I think it's worth it to keep that stuff in mind. Down here, you might be able to avail yourselves of those strategies, so. Well, good. Sounds like a plan. Oh, or not. He just wants to see you more, Captain. I love these two's interaction together. Anyway, let's go back to the tactics part. Well, I've had a little bit of time to read over their tactics, at least from what some of the old generals have written down, if they lived long enough. Well, good. That's what we want. They don't get a bonus for the next right, but that's still not bad. Creator of Attack on Titan said a neat thing somewhere recently, you believe, basically because of how the anime was done and how much of a hand he had in writing and directing it, that he feels the anime is the actual true version of his work, not the manga. Oh, that's interesting. Because usually they're pretty keen to cling on to the manga as sort of the canon stuff when it comes to that, but it's good that he had enough influence and agency on the anime to make him feel like it's true to what he wanted the story to be, even more so than when he wrote it down on paper. So, that's good. Ooh, I get to come up with another voice for Under King Orez here. Awesome. Okay, so this one's got to be more pompous than Luce Galorian and more high-pitched. That might be a problem, but we'll see. All right, I got to think about what Sir Gilman sounds like and then go from there. The stars shine strange beneath the sea. This one dared rise from the waters so that he could see them plain, the burning essences of those who came before. Our lives are but a quest to join the stars. This one longed to be the brightest, but in the downside, this one met those whose own stars shall doubtless burn at least as hot. Together we achieved great deeds. You may have seen some evidence of it, the remains of the greater Titans, which once darkened this dark land, but in our kinship was the strength to conquer them. It is this one's humble charge to chronicle those deeds, and may the Titan stars never stain the sky during your time. Under King, that's a bit of a problem because they kind of are again. So, and he'll talk about all of the Titan stars that you activate over the course of the game. So, the anime happened long enough after each chapter came out that he got to fix things in it that he'd done in the manga that he didn't like anymore. Yeah, that's a very good benefit to have then. So yeah, I could see that being something he'd enjoy. Most manga creators don't want anything to do with the anime really, but he kind of forced himself to be in charge of it too. Sounds like it worked out for him though, so hey, good on him. Endriga the Widow. The boundless sea of Solus and the blackened star are all of what remains of the blood titan Endriga. After this one's exile, he was joined by many of his bravest worm knights, who awakened the blood titan inadvertently, whilst searching the downside's murky depths. Endriga was most displeased to see her hibernation end, and vowed to 4 ages of torment on us and on our sea dominion. Our assault was grander than can be described, and lasted days and days and days. The noblest of worm knights fell upon her massive form as waves which dashed themselves against the rocks. Our resolve eventually exceeded hers, and she collapsed into the seas and disappeared. This one alone remained to tell of it. That's awfully convenient, Under King. Did you send the rest of your men to die? Well, yes, he is the commander, so that's what he does, so, Limbless Erizek. If this one is to be honest, he nary expected his high-minded friend Luce Galorian to ever raise arms, and yet 'twas Scalorian alone who toppled the root titan which befouled the serenity of Wakingwood. Scalorian, he brought to bear the might of his entire family of willful saps, contained within his ancient gnarled staff. Soon did the poisoned soil of Limbless Erizek begin to dissipate. The root titan cried out a deafening last cry, and withered to a speck. Erizek yet lives, a husk, a single foul seed, still rotting where once something mighty stood. Scalorian, in his mercy, deigned that the surrounding woods ought to grow bold and strong by casting off the influence of Erizek, not by forgetting him. So Erizek is still a speck, but the waking woods themselves now leech off of the life force of this ancient titan. Again, some fates that the 8 scribes doled out could be considered worse than death. Maybe not for the greater titans, especially not for the Astroborn, but you know. And this one. The foul name of the Star Titan is written here but once. Do not invoke it, lest you aid its reawakening. It sups upon despair and fear and doubt, and lands such as our own. 'Twas our mighty mistress Milith which tracked the Astroborn monstrosity within its loathsome pit, where it lay nursing wounds, sustained from traveling across the stars in search of simple prey. The wicked Astroborn could drive a lesser creature to the brink of sanity with a mere passing glance, but not Milith. She cast upon the fiend 100 words of binding, each one more binding than the last. With the creature's incandescent skin, we bound this book, and bound ourselves unto the stars. Yeah, good on ya, although it appears, according to anyone that would say it, that Astroborn might be coming back soon. Let's hope it's not anytime really soon, or else we'll have a problem on our hands, won't we? Also, Class 3 Vanguard unlocks. Now you have a 17.9 damage, base 100% cold weapon. Nice! Hopefully that'll come in handy if there's any fire areas coming up. Oh good, after doing pompous but excited constantly voice, now I have to do Donald Duck again. The chastity.
Those bearing the name of Chastity all count themselves disciples of Lur Scalorian, the 100 Minds, known firstly for his wisdom, but also cherished for his modesty, integrity, and kinship. Scalorian's priority in forming his triumvirate was to instill in all his subjects a deep-seated deference and respect for the rules governing the liberation cycle. The cycle of the rites need to be respected to be...
Excuse me, that's in Scalorian's voice. Let me go back. The cycle of the rites needs to be respected to be understood, and needs to be understood to be respected,
Scalorian said. Thus, the Chastity are emissaries of the cycle. Should they earn back their liberty, then they shall spread enlightenment itself, and all of us shall grow.
You can see why Manly would be the antithesis of this, considering he is the only one that wishes to grow in status going forward. Alright, so we'll prep for the next, for the Liberation Rite once we get to Mount Elodiel. Let's actually get there first. And maybe check for more blips on the radar while we're at it. I'm gonna try to do some co-op, but probably won't get any. Kind of sad since there's some gear you want that's behind a co-op obtained thing. Oh, see, that's unfortunate. I feel like they shouldn't lock gear behind that, because it feels like for an indie game like Salt and Sacrifice, eventually the player base is gonna fall off. So like, I don't know, it doesn't really spark joy in me that they lock stuff behind that, you know. But I understand why, it's a part of the game, but eh. And hey, Tannum, how's it going? Welcome back. We finished up the second cycle of the rites, and we're heading for the next Liberation Rite as we speak, now that I'm done doing Donald Duck voice acting, like I just was. So off we go. And we can fly straight past Mur Pass, all the way up to Mount Elodiel's lower sanctum, actually. So now we get to pick between the Emperor's Fall and the Emperor's Ascent. Jadariel should gain favor from the scribes here, or, alternatively, Sir Gilman will gain favor from the scribes here. He'll probably bring Jodariel. The Essence are kind of tricky, so having as much stuff as I can get for the Liberation Rite, now that I have access to that plus 35 skill she has, probably worthwhile. Does this game have alternate endings based on when you liberate people? Not so much when, but it does have alternate endings depending on who is liberated, and that includes your enemies. There are different endings for your enemies depending on whether they're liberated or still exiled, and also for your allies as well. So there's 3 endings in terms of the main plot, and when I say the main plot, I mean the success of the revolution. It's either peaceful, kind of a little bit of infighting, or a completely bloody massacre, depending on how many people you liberate. But yeah, there's flags for every single character that you meet in the game, depending on whether they're exiled or liberated and what they do afterwards. There's also some flags that are tripped depending on the interactions they have with each other, so there are a lot of flags, and I mean a lot of flags going on in the background. Oh god, it's Effie. No! Yeah, if you want to see all the endings, good luck. You'll be at it for the next couple of years. Game's not that long, but you'll be at it for a while. Probably a way to grind the currency outside co-op. You just don't know it and don't want to Google it. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. For a first playthrough, which I assume is what you're doing, yeah, it probably is worth it not to Google it. So. I'm hoping for it, Volfred. We'll see what happens. So. Fuck, that's discouraging AF. I mean, it depends, though. Like, if you want the best ending, which I like to get the best ending because I find all of the members of my party to be very charming and well worth my effort to make their, lives successful. So it kind of cuts me out from most of the busy work of letting the rest of the bad guys be liberated. Although there is one triumvirate where you could argue it's better that they do get liberation. We'll see. It's not the essence, though. I'll just say that plain. It's not the essence. Speaking of the essence, Pamitha is available for a scribe trial. So we'll go do that, shall we? And then I think after that I'll call it a day and we'll make our way to the liberation rite at the beginning of the next episode. You like games with alternate endings? Well, this one has you covered. There's just a lot of them. So. Alright, Pamitha. Let's see what we can do, shall we? I think if you give her the Star Serum, it still works in the Scribe trial and in the next rite, but I don't think I'm going to need it all that badly, so. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm your favorite reader again, huh? You could have fooled me considering what you said last time. Anything on your mind? You did. I cannot. I'm sure you are. Actually, in this particular case, no, it wouldn't, because this is probably the last talisman that I actually want, so. I mean, we would. It wouldn't be as easy, but we would. I'm not using you as a tool, Sandra. I'm here for the scribe trials, but I'm concerned about you. This isn't like you. I've seen you when you're at your chattiest, and this isn't it. You're pushing me away, and I'm trying to understand why, but I'm coming up with nothing. Well, I'm gonna keep coming here no matter what she says. So. Essie at least used Lena's theme for Endwalker, and it's the best in theme, but fuck, do more with Final Fantasy V. Yeah, that would be nice. I would prefer more Final Fantasy V references. So, yeah, Sandra's still pissed. She's pushing us away for reasons known only to her at the moment, but, well, we want to do a scribe trial anyway, so even if she wants to push us away, she's not allowed to. Let's do a trial for Pamitha, shall we? I don't know about manners. Her family seems a little bit inverse to them. Nothing against them, just saying. Pamitha, thanks for coming, even though I just disparaged you. Okay, so you have some idea of what's happening here? Good, because, well, it might be a little rough. I forget this one, honestly. I don't remember what you fight in this one. I think you just fight 3 more harps, honestly. Which, I mean, we'll probably be okay because we have Shrike Dash, so we can get in and get the ball faster than they can, and then we can just move and then fly, but yeah, we'll see. We only got to score 3 times, though, just like before, not 4 anymore, so. Oh boy. Alright, Pamitha, it's you and me in here. Let's give her a show. Oh, it's not 1 harp, but a savage and a nomad instead of the other ones, so I'll take this. Yeah, just do that. Do exactly that. Okay. I'll get out of your way then. Excuse me, pardon me, I need this. Oh, Mooncrest, thank you. That'll work. And you shall not work. Off I go. Bye! Oh, thread the needle there, that's for sure. Alright, let's get the ball again. Thank you. Yeah, just keep doing that. Alright, well, okay. I'm gonna fly over here, actually. Because it might be a little easier than trying to... Maybe it's not as easy as I'm making it seem like. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, they can switch pretty easily between each other, and that's what makes this one a little bit more difficult. So, I don't know where they're going, but okay, sure, whatever. Alright, get the ball. Goodbye. Ah, caught me. That's okay. I can catch you just the same. Whoa. and then die. Alright, well, that exchange didn't go so well, and now they're all back, so, we'll have to, okay. Jesus Christ, that was close. Oh, no, they're not all back because he got banished, so. Alright, I'm gonna get the hell away from the, Savage, because they jump like weird. Their jumps are weird. They're just really quick, and sometimes that makes it difficult to get away from them, so. If you gotta kind of circle around a little bit to get them to move out, then, well, do that, because it's easier than, well, okay. Trying to do it the other way. Let's get this back, good. Keep going, and that's it. I don't know what the harp was doing. I guess we caught her sleeping. Good job, Panatha. Noxalis. Now let's see if Sandra's pissed enough to not hand this to me. My doubtless pretty harp, she says, not being able to see her. Fair enough. I guess she's okay with that because this is a deal that we struck and she's willing to keep her promises. Fair enough. Excuse me. Might have to drink a ginger ale today. I think there's some air stuck in there. All right, Pamatha. Yes, I don't think she'll ever get a massage again, which may be why she's so angry, because I'm pretty sure she's ethereal, so we can't do that. Well, let's find out, shall we? And for passing Pamatha's trial, we get the second really, really good legendary talisman, in my opinion, Triesta's Plume. So here's what this does. And the reason why I said before Pamatha should always be flying when she douses the Pyre, because Triesta's Plume feeds into that. While she's flying, she gets a +3 boost to her damage, and she has a flat 50% chance to instantly return at the beginning of the next round, so she can do it again, and again, and again. Increasing the rank of this one only increases the amount of damage that she deals to the Pyre. She can deal up to +5 damage, if I recall correctly, which is a lot of damage. But her flight is easily one of the best ways to score, especially once you get greater celerity, so this is really good for her. The 50% rate thing, I mean, it's not optimal. I'd prefer if it was guaranteed, but it would be so obscenely broken if it was guaranteed that it's not even funny, so I'll take what I can get. And I mean, if I really wanted to come back 100% of the time, I'll just give her the prayer beads once we upgrade those, so yeah, fair enough. Let me take a look at our experience counters again. Let's see here. Yeah, we're in good shape. Okay, we got to start thinking about who's going next time, although it might be better to wait until we see who is going to be blessed on the road here. We already know Jodariel's going to get a blessing on the way there, but we don't know who else will get a blessing as we climb Mount Elodiel again to seek out the second Liberation Rite on the next episode of Pyre, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. What do you suppose makes these bubble things float around, anyway? You think there's air in them, or is it some sort of weird scribe-blessed thing? Maybe it's like the grease stone with me. Maybe they found a light bit of entertainment out of them and they were like, we shall make these important for all eternity. Or at the very least, we'll make them float.